Let's make it happen. Let's do it.
We on, baby. Higher learning with your boy Nelson L and YUKMOUTH, man. We in the house to elevate your mind, man, and your grind, you dig, and your spirituality, man, and your soul, man. So it's your boy YUKMOUTH with the homie Nelson L. You supposed to say your name.
That's right. What up, y'all? Hey, so that's right. It's EL, man. Nelson Ill. We here now, man. What up, Watt? Let me just say this, bro, because we moving in mass. We had a late night session, so we weren't able to get activated on Thursday, but that's even better because we showing up on a holy day.
Right,
I'm on the road, so I'm moving and mashing. We doing these pop-ups and everything.
right.
So, I got the conscious community garb on and everything, but the information's not going nowhere. So, pardon the T-shirt and not the fez and all that good stuff. I appreciate you repping though for us. Looking good, bruh.
Oh
Um,
man, I'm gonna
last
keep
time
it.
we was for sure. So last time we was rocking out, I said we're gonna go further in and deeper on the topic of love.
Right.
And that really was a whole segment for itself. So that's really what I want to get into today. I want to get into love. And the topic of this conversation is, can we learn to love instead of hate? Can we learn to love instead of hate? And when I say we, if you consider yourself part of that we, then that's who I'm talking to. So if you got it figured out, I'm not talking to you. But if you know that our conditions can be better, it's a lot of hate going on in our community. You feel like one of the reasons why we not able to get where we trying to get is because I'm hating on you hating on whatever. So let's talk about it. I want to break down this love thing, and I want to break down. Obviously, if you're gonna talk about love, we're gonna deal with this hate because it's a lot of hate in our community. So I want to talk about that now. I want to get us a equal footing, if you will, and set a starting point for the conversation. So we're talking about love. I want to really make sure that the audience understands what we mean when we mean love. I don't think a lot of us really understand even what love is. You feel me? So we gotta even get there. So when I'm talking about love, I'm not talking about sex. I'm not talking about Valentine's Day cards. Not talking about your favorite slow jam that they play on Way Back Wednesday. We're talking about the force that binds the universe. We're really talking about love, not no pretentious anything that's caught up on any kind of physical, like outward kind of demonstration. So we got to even get comfortable with love. They done made that so crazy to where, like, if we get off the phone and I'll be like, all right, bro, love you, man. It sounds foreign to some people. We have to consciously do that to make sure it ain't nothing, no funny business going on. It's, bro, I love you, man. I want to make sure that I see all these rappers out here getting killed or catching cases. Bro, be careful out here. I love you, man. I don't want to see nothing happen to you. We got to get comfortable with even just saying the word love. Tell each other we love each other. We uncomfortable with even saying the word love. So let's get into it, bro. Let's get into this love thing. But real quick, so I'm not doing all the talking because I got a whole lot last night. So everything I've been conversation like that. So we're watching the podcast. They can put something up. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear
I
me?
can hear. Yeah, I hear you.
You heard?
You blurping in and out. You in the matrix, but I got you.
Listen.
Say your question
If it,
again. What did you say?
No, I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to get your opinion, your understanding on the word love, or what is love. What you think about love?
I think it's what you say. I think it's definitely love. is the to be unified. I think, you know what I mean, is to have compassion for another person. You know what I mean, besides yourself, besides your family, you know, besides your own objectives. You know what I mean, in life. You know what I mean. Period. Like, um, you could love. You know what I mean, your wife, you can love your kids, you could have love for your friends and your homies and all of that. You know what I mean? But real love is really being there. You know what I mean? Really helping someone. You know what I mean? When they need help, you know what I mean? Or giving them that talk that they need to get them back in the game or whatever, or to really, you know, be down for them. You know what I mean? That's real love, to have somebody back, even when they wrong or right. You know what I mean? When they wrong, you know what I mean? You let them know that you learned from the wrong. You know what I mean? When they right, you know what I mean? You celebrate them. You know what I mean? Period. So it's hard. You know what I mean? It's hard to love because a lot of people hate each other. You know what I mean? It's hard to love when there's so much jealousy. You know what I mean? So when you put that word love out there, you know, it's a lot of jealousy that comes with love, because somebody could love you, you know what I mean, and then it could turn to jealousy, you know what I mean, because you got all the shit, you pop it, you know what I mean, and they don't got it. So you, even though you got it, you showing them love, you know what I mean, they start hating, you know what I mean, they love turns to sour grapes and sour milk and shit, you know what I mean. So I understand love because I'm married, you know what I mean, to my soulmate, you know what I mean. So I understand love, and the love I give to my homies, to put them in position, to give them opportunities, to walk them through doors, the same doors I walk through, to make sure they paid. You know what I mean? To get paid. I got money. You know what I mean? My whole thing, you know what I mean, coming from organized crime, you know, knock on me, knock on you, is that we all get paid together. So that's how I run my business. So I don't want nobody, you know what I mean, around me that's not, you know, successful. I want them all, even if they're not successful, I'm gonna make them successful. You know what I mean? So that's real love. You know what I mean? Trying to bring people to the level with you, and other people that's above you, trying to bring you to the level with them. You know what I mean? Sharing information, sharing connections, sharing opportunities. You know what I mean? That's also love. You know, so I know exactly what it is. You know, you hear me, Nelson? You want to hit the link again because you freezing up.
This conversation, man. I said what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull over so we can have this conversation. That way we not bouncing in and out, and we can really get into it because like you said, the matrix got me cutting in and out and what have you. But yeah, I did hear you, bro. I heard exactly what you said, and that's facts. It's facts on facts. Let me uh let me just say this. When we talk about this, the word love, we're talking about, and it may have came across before, may not have come across. So I'm gonna just say it again. We're talking about the force that binds the universe, right? We're talking about a universal law, if you will. So all the prophets that I can say that I've had an opportunity to study, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, all of the main the main players, if you will, in regard to our understanding of what history is and spirituality is and things of that nature, have told us that, let me get this real quick, it's that we have to be able to love ourselves, right? It starts with when we start with anything in the universe, right? And I'm trying I don't want to really just come from a purely like, Bible this or Quran that. Just really think about this. When we talk about the universe, you basically are the center of your universe, and then everything kind of transmits outwards from there or comes inwards to there as far as how you get receive and confer information. So when we're talking about this love, it's talking about loving yourself so much that you're gonna want what you got for someone else. And let me just say it like this. I'll start with the brother Justice, or the brother Jesus, and in this conversation, I kind of gotta, we be moving fast with it. I'm trying to switch lanes, make sure I don't get hit by a diesel or something crazy, which I know I'm not. But let me back up and say all praise due to the Most High, honest to the sun, man, and honest to you, and thank you for having us on this platform. Let's dive into it now, man. That was like a precursor what we was talking about right there, man. It's almost like this. The brother Jesus said, out of all these different commandments, I'm gonna break it down basically to two. This the brother talking. He said, love God. And when we really understand who God is, you are God. You are God, right? You are that microcosm of the creator. You know what I'm saying? You are the creation and the creator, so to speak. So I like to kind of insert, and this is Nelson Hill, when you say God, put self there. Love yourself. Love God with all your heart, your soul, and your mind, right? So first you got to put it here. You got to realize that I have to really understand what love is and then apply that to myself. And then he said the second is likened to the first. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. So I want to start with this self-love, right? And I want to kind of address some things, and I'm kind of meditating and moving around so I feel like I know what the ethers out there are talking about. And what I hear when I have my conversations is, Nelson Hill, love don't put no food on the table. Love don't pay the bills, don't pay my light bill. Love don't, pay my car note and this and that. But I would beg to differ. I say love does put food on the table. Because you got to love yourself. You got to love your children. You got to have that love to even get up out the bed and go to work. Most of us don't really care for our jobs very much to go through traffic and deal with that and then go to work. There has to be some love there. You got to, one, if you're going to produce some food and put that on the table, there has to be some type of love. So love does motivate those type of things. But when you really understand, when I love myself, it's almost a selfish thing, right? When I want what's best for me, you get to the point to where I know what's best for me is what's best for everybody, right? And so what I mean when I say, I tell you like this, love is the answer to every problem, every question that we have. And if it's not the answer, we need to ask a different question. Love is the only savior of the entire universe. Now, what do I mean? If I love myself the way I say I do, and I see somebody else who is hungry, for example, starving, I would think, man, if I was hungry, I would want somebody to give me a sandwich. I mean, I love myself. I don't want to starve to death. I would want someone to give me a sandwich. So if I see someone else in that condition, then what, I love me so much that I would want to say, I'm going to give them this. You know what I'm saying, bro? We have to understand, if I got 8 coats at home and I see a guy that's freezing in the cold, I know if I was in that position, I would want someone to give me a coat. I love me, right? If someone says, hey, bro, come with me, we finna slide on the other side. We finna go and do whatever we finna do, right? We finna knock something down on the other side. We're gonna lay everything down over there, right? I want you to come with me. In my mind, I say, okay, if we're gonna go and put in some work, we're gonna go and run a mission on the other side. We're gonna be shooting at somebody. That means somebody's probably gonna be shooting back. I love myself so much, I don't want to get shot at, right? That's how much I love me. We need to think about who we hanging with, right? Because if you love yourself and you hang with somebody that does not love themselves, right? They don't care if they get shot. They don't care if they get killed. They don't care if they go to jail. They don't care if they catch a case, right? So if that person doesn't care about themselves, how can they care about you, right? We have to love ourselves so much that we don't want to go to jail, right? And if I don't want to go to jail, I don't want to put you in a position to go to jail because I love me. This is kind of a selfish thing, but when you think about it, it's really universal law. Taking you back, you get what you give. You Take out what you put in. What goes up must come down. When Jesus said, love your neighbor, or when he said, do unto others as you would have others do unto you, we all know this is called the golden rule, right? Well, really what it is, it's universal law. It's the law of reciprocity. It's all these different things. It's give and take, right? It's the highest heights, it's the lowest depths. When we talk about love, because we can already start talking about hate in a minute and what that produces. When we talk about love, we're talking about the only thing that can bring us out of the condition that we're in, but it's a self-love that we have to start to employ as a group of people. Why aren't we further? We touch $1.5 trillion every year as a group of people. So it's not a money thing. We spend billions on hair weaves, billions on Gucci, Louis, Prada, Margiela, Balenciaga, whatever. We spend thousands and thousands on jewelry. It's not a money thing with us. We bought approximately twice as many Mercedes Benz last year as the next group of people, as Europeans, basically. It's not a money thing. It's a love-hate thing. It's a lot of hate in our community. And that's what's keeping us from coming down. It's not the European. It's not the white man did this. He's the reason why it's the laws or the police. No, we have this thing where we hate ourselves. You know, I was listening to Nip one time. I was listening to Nipsey Hussle. He was talking about, you know, when you go and you ride on the other side and you look past the square dude in the suit and tie. You look past the guy that's, dressed like Carlton off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and you look for the guy that looks exactly like you, except for he's just on the other side of that thing. You know, he sag his pants like you. He got the same cornrows you got, or French braids. He got his little flag. You're looking for yourself, right? To kill yourself. There can't be no love in that, right?
Right.
So when I'm talking about love, because I'm really trying to just get us to understand the type of love we have, right?
Right.
I'm talking about this love, and we talk about it in all kind of cultures. If you're talking about like the Kwanzaa culture, they call it agape love, and you got piety, the love but before any of that happens, you got to love yourself. You know, I talk to my pops, and he always quotes me different Bible verses and stuff. And we talk about this particular verse where it says, I am a jealous God, and I will have no other God before me. And this is the Most High talking, but really it's, I am a jealous God, and I will have no other God before me. Before me. See, when you start to put others in front of you, then you can't have that relationship with the Creator. It's something. So the God that you seek is within you, but you cannot contact or connect with that God in you if you demonstrate that hate. And so we got to really check ourselves. Somebody employed, and probably out of the Bay Area, employed hater, or the term hater, or player hater, or what have you. But that term is synonymous with failure, with a group of losers, with people that can't achieve. When you have so much hate going on, there's no way in the world you will be able to ascend as an individual or as a group of people. You know, I often ask people, I say, man, check this out. Do you love your children, right? I know you have children, I have children, and generally the answer is yes. You know, yeah, of course I do. I love my children. And I say, well, okay, so when your child was a baby, when they first got here, if that child would pee on you or boo-boo on you or anything like that, would you still love that baby? Yes, of course you would love that baby. When they got to be a little older, a toddler, they was 3 years old and spilled red Kool-Aid on your white couch, do you still love that baby? Yes, I still love this child. Of course I love this child. This is my baby. I love this. if someone broke into your home and we got all this conversation about gun laws and everybody got a gun now, right? So if someone broke in your home and attempted to do harm to your baby, would you knock something down? Of course you would. That's my child, right? If your child killed somebody, say your baby killed another person, would you still love your child? Of course. I'll go to prison. I'll go visit him or her. I'll still write letters. I still love you. I'm not saying I agree with whatever may have taken place, but I'm always going to love you. I'm never going to not love you. You're my child. I love you no matter what you do. And then I say the ultimate, if someone broke in and then was going to kill your child or shoot your child, would you jump in front of the gun and say, no, 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 and give your life for your child? Of course you would. Yes, you would die for your children. I know you would, bro. I know you. You would die for kill and die for your children. You love your children. Now, if somebody called you from halfway around the world, said, "YUKMOUTH, I hate your gut, man. Get on a plane and meet me in the North Pole. Let's fist fight." You click. Man, get off my phone, bro. I'm not spending no money to go meet. Listen, if you were somebody that I didn't love or somebody I hated and somebody was going to harm you, going to beat you up, I'm not going to dive in front of the bullet and say, no, don't kill him. Bro, you robbed me last week, beat me up, stole my chain, kicked me in the butt. I'm not finna give my life for you, man. So we don't do for people that we hate or don't love what we're going to do for people we love. And once we really understand that if we love ourselves, we want better for our neighbors. And when we talk about, I kind of hit that little scripture there talking about the second is like to the first. We talk about our neighbors. Our neighbors are really the people that look just like you and come where you come from, and really your aunts and uncles and all of your people. So when you love yourself and you love your neighbor like yourself, you want for your neighbor what you want for yourself, then you start to come up as a people. Because see, what we're doing is we solving life problems, man. People come to me. I told my brother the other day, I said, man, listen, I already know who I am, bro. I know we're going to shake up the world. We're going to shift the consciousness. I'm just waiting on somebody to put the camera on me because they're going to say, Nelson Hill, you ain't got all the answers. You don't know. I'm going to say, yeah, I got the answers. I know how to get out. I know how to get us out of this. I know how we can shift the thinking on this. I know how to, number one, how to defeat racism. And we're going to get on all of this, but we're going to love each other, but we're going to get rid of black and white and red and brown. And once we get rid of those, guess what? There's no more discrimination. There's no more affirmative action. There's no more nothing. We all just going to be whatever our nationality would be, and Americans, right? So you
Right.
might be a Japanese American or a Scottish or Irish or Italian American or Canadian American or whoever, but we're going to do it that way because guess what? If they just happen to start discriminating against any certain group of people, say young Canadian men, if they started killing and incarcerating Canadian Americans at the rate that they do us right now, Canada would be able to bring the United States up or put something out there in the court of law to say, yo, man, these are inhumane conditions you're putting on Canadians. What's going on? And Canada would be able to take America to court, and the United Nations would be able to take America to court. And we wouldn't talk about civil rights. We talk about human rights because we would be afforded those rights as being part of the human family. See, hate got us excommunicated out of the entire human family. That's why we called black. That's why we called Negro. That's why we called all these derogatory names, porch monkey, spook, anything that, my great grandfather was born a Negro. My dad was born colored. I'm born African American. We got all these different titles, but none of them really ring true to who we are as a nation of people. Thus, we are not afforded the rights and privileges that are afforded to all nations. And so when we talk about us, the love and the hate, and we're gonna tie this together. I know I'm all over the place, y'all, but I'm so excited to be able to have a platform like this to communicate with the universe. We are going to come out of the condition. That's facts, but we gotta weed out this hate mode. When we are able to identify, we take away the black and the white, we're able to identify as who we really are, then we'll have a voice, we'll have a seat at the table amongst the affairs of men. All kinds of decisions are being made all over the world right now, by people from all different nations who come together and decide to make agreements and contracts and do business and all kinds of good things. And everybody is at that table but you and me. Everybody, somebody from every nation that flies a flag at the UN is sitting at the table making some kind of a vote or a decision in regard to the politics of the entire planet. Everybody has a say in what goes on except for black people. That's we're not at the table. We don't have nobody at the table that I represent black folks. No, nobody's there because that group of people really don't exist. And if they ever start to exist, we'll just shift the name that we call them. You're no longer that, you're now this. So we have to get back to our nationality, and we'll get into that. But hate and love. We've been taught to hate. Hate is a learned behavior. And if we have been taught to hate, then we have to figure out, can we now learn to love? I say that when I'm looking at some stuff, I put some notes over here. We have to understand love is a force. You know, I say the force that binds the universe, but love is really everything. Everything is love, right? Everything that God exists inside of, the birds, the bees, everything is love. You're love. I'm love. We're part of this vibrational frequency. That's what it is. It's a frequency, a certain vibration. It's really, and hate's really not the opposite of that, but this is where we're going to lead into. It's that same frequency just vibrating at the opposite end of the spectrum. It's that same frequency. I really feel the opposite of love is indifference. If you don't care, I don't care. You live, die, whatever. Love is the highest form of caring, if you will. The opposite of that would be nothing. You hear me? So it's love or nothing. We're dealing with this alternative energy that's based on a frequency of love slowed down to its slowest vibration. And they call this hate, or they may call it the lower self. See, love is, when I say love is in everything, love I feel is the nature. It's everything. And if you were to take everything you had and you took it out of its natural course, then it becomes something else. So you always hear the devil is a lie. You hear about that falsehood is truth reversed, right? And so when we talk about the love, when you start to distort love, then you get this hate. And so when we talk about that, then we get to talking about the things, the byproducts of hate. And we talk about murder, slander, lewdness, theft. We start talking about these things. And then we wonder, how can we come up when we're murdering one another, when we're stealing from one another, when every thought that we have is lucidious or some kind of a lewd thought that's permeating our minds, so I really want us as a community to learn to answer. Just ask yourself, can you learn to love instead of hate? First, and be real, be serious. Start with yourself, because anything that you do that does not benefit you is like hating on yourself. If you get so drunk to the point you pass out and black out and can't, that's a form of hating on you. You don't love. Bro, look what we do every day. The language we use, The things that we put into our temple. Look at how we talk to one another and carry ourselves when we're around each other. We have been taught or conditioned to hate each other. Some may say this was a byproduct of slavery, of the transatlantic trade experience, or however you see that. That's another.
It was them goddamn Willie Lynch letters. They put it like we came
Come
like
on, come on.
yeah, we came over. We a loving nation. You know what I mean? We're loving people, African Americans. That's why you can do so much to us and we don't even do shit. Like police could kill us and we don't kill the police. People could do shit to us and we don't even harm them. But let our own people, our own brother that look like you said, we gonna come and kill them, wipe them out, murder them, and it's strictly because of the fucking Willie Lynch, that program system to put the young against the old, man against the woman, the light against the dark. You know what I mean? And once they did that, it continued. You know what I mean? Oh, can't forget the house nigga that had the money. It looked like that'll be a rich nigga now, and the nigga that's in the field nigga that's broke. So it became, oh, you hating on niggas that got money, or the nigga that's, you know what I mean? That's
Facts.
popping. And now, you know what I mean? So now you got to hate if a nigga got more money than you, he's a house nigga. You know what I mean? The
Right.
most light skinned, oh fuck him. He's pretty boy, or he's more handsome than you. You hate him or something because you're dark. You know what I mean? So it became that light and dark war, that man and woman war. You know what I mean? That who's in the house and who's in the field war, and that continued to this day. Like literally,
Absolutely.
I never thought like in the 70s, the 60s, we was all still together. We was all love. You know what I mean? The hippie shit went
Right.
down.
That's
You
right.
know, the Black Panthers, everything. We was together, unified. You know what I mean? It's with the programming of today. You know what I mean? I never thought that I'd see the Willie Lynch letter in real life. You know what I mean? I read the shit like, this shit could never happen. You know what I mean? We wearing black
Right.
pride, black out after medallions. You know what I mean? Conscious rap is going down right now. This will
Right.
never. We love each other. Fight the power. That's what's going down in the late '90s when I first
Right.
read this letter. So boom, fast forward to right now. It's in full fucking effect mode. Like I'll be sure. Like literally, you got the women hate men so much that they dating women and like fuck all men. And you got men, you know what I mean, so mad at the women that they're dating other races of women. You know what I mean? Instead of the black woman that they usually would date. You know what I mean? So the young against the old. You got kids knocking out teachers, knocking out their grandma, beating up their mother. You know what I mean? Shooting their father. I mean, killing their father. Like shit like that is going down right now.
Right
Willie
now.
Lynch. You know what I mean? People is rich. People is jealous, mad at them, trying to rob them, trying to kill them. Like Pop Smoke, he should have been killed, killed him. You know what I mean? Like Tupac shouldn't have been killed, killed him. You know what I mean? So many people are getting killed because they're having money they achieved. You know what I mean? And others haven't, and they're jealous of that. And they hate that. You know what I mean? So that Willie Lynch letter, I'm telling you, and what they programmed and instilled on them them goddamn anyway what they did in slavery, you know what I mean, what they did to
Right.
us in slavery at them what they called, man, what they called the plantations, what they did at them
Right.
plantations, you know what I
Right.
mean,
Right.
that thing that fucked us up, and it's still running rampant to this fucking day because it's in your soul, it's embedded in your soul, it's going to go from child to child. What happened to your parents is going to come through the baby. You know what I mean? What happens through that child is going to come through the baby, and it continues to go on. It's in your genes. You can't erase it. It's going to come out because
That's
it's been
facts.
done to your parents. It's been done to your uncles, your aunties, your grandma, your grand. It's been done to them. It's embedded in you. It's in your genes, like you said. Your skin. It collects data. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Cellular memory. Cellular memory. Your cells have memory. The DNA has memory. And so we do carry those different things with us generationally. And you're absolutely right. And so what do we do now? You know, I was talking to a good friend of mine, and the thought came back like, okay, so we got this information now. We understand that this was done, right? We know this happened. If it was an act of European psychology, a lot of this is psychological that we suffer from mental kind of thing, how we see each other, our perceptions of how we, see one another. I often tell people, you don't see with your eyes. We think we do. We don't see with our eyes. We see with our mind, right? That's why I can have you read a certain piece of paper and you have a totally different interpretation than what I do. Same word, same paper, same story, different understanding. I can show you a picture and say, man, what you see in this picture? You might say, man, I see a man helping a woman. I might look at that same picture. I say, I see a man hurting a woman. Same picture. We see with our mind. So when we program the mind, and we talked about programming last time, video games, television, the news, the movies. We want to binge watch The Walking Dead for 20 hours in a row, and all you
The
seeing is
music,
pow,
the
pow, pow.
music, and the music, the
Part of
fucking music.
it's programming. But we broke
That's
it down
why
last
out
time.
getting Ricos and shit because the music is pumped out there and it's out there. So now the music is out there and it's create like when we had positive, not to cut you off, but when we had
No,
positive
you good, bro.
music, when we had positive music in the 80s and the early 90s, we was all Afrocentric. Everybody was Muslim, five percenters, Christians, whatever. We was loving each other. You know what I mean?
Right, love, love, love.
You was in a mosque or something, you know what I mean? You really getting your roots. You know what I mean? You eating bark and shit for your tree, for your teeth, the little tree
We
bark,
was we was chewing on that. That's right.
chewing on them barks. You know what I mean? We got African medallions. We love each other. Everything unified. Then you step in like this is the music though. The music is promoting that, promoting unification, fight the power. You know what I mean? UNITY. You know what I mean? Self-destruction. This, that, and the third. You know what I mean? It's promoting unity. You know what I mean? And then you get to the music of today. That's promoting killing niggas. That's promoting smoking niggas after they kill a nigga and rap about it. That's promoting, you know what I mean, all these guns with all these fucking rounds in them. You know what I mean? That's promoting, you know what I mean, drug usage. You know what I mean? Like a motherfucker. We used to sell the drugs. Now they use the drugs and overdose. So the whole movement and it's on the fucking radio so the kids are getting this. You know what I mean? Like when shit, like back in the day, man, my dad used to sell a lot of fucking dope. I ain't never seen this shit in my life because he kept it away from me. But he let
Right,
me know, you know what I mean? This is what I do. Period. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave you over here and I'm about to go make some moves. Never seen it. Never seen a motherfucking scale, none of that shit. Right now, the kids are seeing everything. They seeing the weed
right,
getting rolled up. They seeing
right
the
in front of
dope
them.
getting weighed, the scale.
That's
They
right.
seeing the dope
Everything.
still. They seeing their
Man,
mama
facts,
twerking at the strip club. You know what I mean? Put
facts.
the string on. They seeing their gay uncle come in with the gay boyfriend.
With
They
his
tongue
partner, with
kissing
his partner.
with his partner and they tongue kissing and making out in front of the kids. All that shit you would not see when I grew up. Everything was
Facts.
hidden from the kids.
That's right. That's
I
right.
never seen my dad smoke weed, but I know he smoked weed.
Facts, facts.
But it was hidden away from us. Like we didn't know. You know
It's
what I mean?
so
Right now, the kids are so influenced by shit. They're growing up influence and the influence is taking over the kids along with what you said, the movies, the video games, you know what I mean, the reality show,
facts,
you know what I
facts.
mean, the reality shows. I think that's what got the females going crazy.
What's Bad Girls Club mean? What's that? Bad Girls?
Man,
What?
bad girl.
Come on,
They,
bruh.
yeah, like
So, so,
that got the
so.
females acting so crazy that nobody want to date them. They too
Listen, they don't even put it on TV unless somebody gonna throw a drink in someone else's face. Unless there's gonna be at least, unless there's gonna be at least three tables getting turned over. Sometimes somebody got to pull some weave out. If that don't happen, this reality show does not air. So these things got to happen. One, there got to be at least three fights. Two, somebody got to get cussed out, and somebody got to get a drink thrown in their face. Even if they don't fight, they gonna get the drink in the face.
wah,
You
wah.
know, and all of that, bruh. And so what it says to me is, okay, if we know that love is the only thing that's gonna save us, right? It stands to reason that whoever don't want us saved is pumping hate, 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 hate on everything that's going out. So
Right,
they understand, man, if these people ever get their act together and just love they self, right? Just show they self love. They show everybody else love. Everybody that comes in their community, makes $1 million, $1 billion. If with all due respect, if the Koreans come in, they gonna get paid over here in our community. If the Jews come in, they gonna get paid over here in our community. If the Italians or whoever own the liquor store come in, they gonna get paid over here in our community. So everybody is over here knowing that we are the
The number one
and
consumers. The
number
number
one
one fucking
consumers, number
consumers
one
in
consumers.
America. The
And
number
if
we
we
spend the
would
most
love,
money on everything.
that's it. That's the point. That part. If we would love ourselves and practice group economics and just deal with self on
Okay, okay,
a
okay.
lightweight
Look,
basis,
look,
we
look,
coming
look,
out of this situation. We coming
look,
out.
look, not to cut you off.
No,
Eric
you good?
said, come on with our reparations. Now look at this. What if everybody had 1 million, 500,000 each? What are we
Hmm.
gonna do? We still ain't gonna have a little Africa or African town. We still ain't gonna come together and get hella real estate and build our own cities and towns and shit like they got a Chinatown in every fucking major state.
If,
Get-
if
Like, come
fact,
on, my nigga. Like,
fact.
why we ain't got an
If they
African town,
gave
little
us,
Africa? You know what I mean? Little India. I mean, little India, whatever. Fuck it. Like, whatever type of indigenous you are. You know what I mean? Little Creole, whatever it may
right?
be. We
If
ain't
we
got these
don't,
cities like they got, and they all organized, making money off commerce, making money off the food industry, making money off of everything. They got gas stations, they got their own churches, everything. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, my G. We could do it. When we get all this fucking money from reparations, what are we gonna do with it? Spend
we
it with them,
have
give it right back to them. We're not gonna
Doctor.
level up and say, hey, let's get 10 homies. You know what I mean? Everybody got 500,000 each. Let's put in 200 each. You know what I mean? Go buy some acres and build some shit. You
A
know?
lot of times, absolutely. Let me just drop some names real fast because a lot of times we get on here and we have these conversations and they good, but there's no point of reference and nobody can everything you just agree or not. So let me just say this: if for those who are out here, it's a book called Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson. Go look this Powernomics up. It basically tells you until we get ourselves together, say we did get our reparations right now, everybody got $5 million right now. Within one generation, probably less than that, all that money would be right back in the pocket of whoever gave it to us. We wouldn't hold on to it. We wouldn't keep it because we don't practice the type of group economics because we have never done that. And part of that is because we hating on each other. We hate on each other. If I can teach you guys to hate on each other, you'll never come together
You'll
and
never
create
come
a business.
together. You'll never come together. And then you see
You'll
when they
never,
come
you'll never
together,
come together.
you see when people do come together and try to do shit, they mysteriously die, allegedly. They mysteriously get wiped out. You know, shout out to Nipsey Hussle.
Right.
He's teaching
Shout
the
out to the
youngsters about
right.
real estate, about owning your own clothing
Absolutely.
line, owning your
Right.
own record label, being independent. You know what I mean?
Facts.
About
Facts.
crypto. You know what I mean? About coding. You know what I mean? He had a whole center.
Absolutely.
They still got the center going with his business partner. You know what I mean? But they had the whole
Right.
center teach the kids about
Right.
coding and computer
All of
program
that.
and you know what I mean, graphic designing and all that stuff.
Right.
That's what they need right now. Designing apps or whatever. Teaching
All of
kids
that.
what need to be learned right now. Fuck that old school curricula that they teach them, man. Teach us about right the fuck now, what's going down. So when you
Absolutely.
got people that's preaching that message and doing it, they get wiped out.
It seems like they get wiped out. So what has to
But
happen is this,
everybody else could do it. Like the
right?
Asians could do it. You know what I mean? The
Right.
Latinos and Hispanic could do it. You know what I
But
mean?
this
The
is
Russians could do it. You know what I mean?
right.
They got little Armenia out here in LA. It's little
That
Armenia, like town LA.
it really is.
Like the Armenians could do it. Everybody could do it. But when we do it, they got to take everybody out. Like what? The thing we got to ask is why the focus is on us. Okay, we pieces of shit. We ain't got all the knowledge, but when we get all the money and figure this shit out, why you want to wipe us out? Everybody else can do it, but when we do it, it's a problem. You know why? Because we are the fucking ones, my nigga, the ones
Come
that they
on, bruh.
scared of, the
Bruh,
ones that
listen.
they don't want to be in power, the
We
ones that
are
was
that.
rulers of Egypt.
We
We was
that,
the
bruh.
kings and queens that ruled Egypt, that built the
You hit it.
motherfucking
You hit
pyramid.
the nail on the head, bruh. This thing don't
Period.
run
They
without
don't
us,
want that. They took our history from us because they was lower than us.
bro.
They was lower than
This
us.
this planet does not run
Gunpowder.
without you.
Gunpowder. gunpowder that was made in in Asia, that even the score for them. Once they got that gunpowder, and that steel, they start making them swords and shit. They came through and you know, they came through on the barbarian shit, the Viking shit, came through tearing shit up. So that's how they won. You know, but we loving people. We ain't gonna like try to go and kill motherfuckers like that. But they didn't give a fuck, and they came through murdering and slaughtering and all the shit, taking land and shit, taking fucking agricultural motherfucking artifacts and
All of
redoing
that, bruh.
redoing the language or the hieroglyphics on the tombs and everything. Like they doing all types of, you know what I mean? Just taking shit. Man, come on, man. They
Listen,
took all the land that they got
the
off
same,
gunpowder and missiles and shit, man.
the same energy, the same people. They shutting it down. Let me make sure they ain't shutting me down.
The
The same
pillaging, it's
ones that
called
was
pillaging. Yeah, they was
right,
pillaging, my
pillaging,
nigga. So
looting,
and then
looting, and
that put the
looting and
that
pillaging,
looting. They were looting. So that put the
looting.
fear. That put the fear into people. You know what I mean? To where they had these weapons that made people scared. And that's how people bowed down to their power, my nigga, period. And they've been keeping us out of power since.
Ever since. The same ones who are against us today are the same ones that was against
But
us 2,000 years ago, right? Because there's a group of people that
But
really
but but
know.
let, let me let, but
Go ahead.
let me clear the air. Everybody had dynasties. Asia had a dynasty. The Latins had a dynasty. That's why you see fucking pyramids in Mexico and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody had dynasties. You know what I mean? Rome had a dynasty. Everybody had dynasties. You know what I mean? So we're not
Right.
saying that Egypt and Africa was the only dynasty. We're just talking about our lineage. You know what I mean? No disrespect to everybody else who knows many dynasties and you know what I mean. A lot of history that came from everybody to make
Absolutely.
what it
But
is to
but
make humans what we are, you know?
but we do know that we were the originals. We had the original dynasties.
Absolutely.
When we talk about Egypt, and I'm gonna see if we can pull this all together because we're here now, right? Back again, kind of same thing but different time. Like time doesn't just circle back around. But this is facts. Egypt had dynasties. You talk about a 13th dynasty, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th dynasty. Now, when you think about dynasty, think about, say, we all love football, right? So you got organizations that just, or basketball or whatever, just ruled certain amount of years. You know, like the Bulls, they run the late 80s and early 90s or whatever. And so that's a dynasty. We was on our 18th dynasty before you really start hearing about Greece, and then you start hearing about Rome, and you really don't hear about these other places. So we'll get into that on another conversation. I also want to get into slavery because just like everybody had a dynasty, I know everybody's been in a certain form of slavery, like the Irish were enslaved and da 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 da. But nobody has been through the type of slavery that we suffered, where we are stripped of everything. You know, I say, you know, to my Jewish brothers and sisters, you know, I can confer with the word Holocaust, never forget, because we can't let this type of thing happen again, right? However, and it's not a however or but in the sense that it lessens anything that any other group of people have gone through. I always just use this as a point of reference. If your name was Whoopi Goldberg prior to the Holocaust, to Auschwitz and all of the things that went on underneath Hitler's rule, your name was still Goldberg during the concentration camp. It was Goldberg after it all ended, and it could be still today unless you changed it. The language that you spoke, the God that you worship, that all stayed the same. That never changed. Uh, it is something that did change with us, though. The language, the God, everything changed with us. We are the ones who built the United States. Just like, you know, my brothers always say that Moors were a seafaring nation who once fed the entire world, traveled all over. When you talk about Mansa Musa was Moor because he comes from Mali in that part of North Africa and was said to be the richest man ever to walk the face of the earth. This is the type of people we come from. Mansa Musa takes a pilgrimage to Mecca, gives away so much gold along the way, gives this away, that he destabilizes the global economy. This is what we got going on as history, as ancestry, as that DNA. Keep in mind the DNA still has cellular memory. So they tried to beat it out of us, whip it out of us, hang it out of us, try to unintelligent it out of us. But it's still there. And that's really what it is. It's a spirit they tried to break our spirit, right? And we have to understand it's been done to us through religion, through politics. When we talk about white supremacy and we talk about the different things that go along with hatred, that go along with those type of thinkings, it permeates, it's ubiquitous on every level. And all it's doing is promoting the disunity of a certain group of people because they know you are so dynamic. If you come together, look what you do in your down state, in your dead state, look what you do. You control every dance move that touches the floor. People want to dance like you. They want to dress like you. They want to wear their hair like you. They want to rap like you. They want to talk like you. They want to walk like you. They want to basically be you if they can take you out of you. I was watching
Look. Let me land on that right quick.
no, let me throw this
Let
real
me,
fast, bro. Let me
all right,
throw this real quick.
all
I'm watching Rob Schneider, the
right,
comedian, right?
right,
He got a show, and he pitches this show to these networks. And they
right.
said, man, we love the show. The jokes are funny. The punchlines is on point. But would you mind if we got another actor? He said, but the name of the show is Rob. It's me. It's my life. Yeah, cool, but we want everything that you got, all your whole life, but we don't want you. And that's it. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, I was saying about what you're saying, that they want to rap like you, they want to walk like you, talk like you, want to get their hair like you, your lips like you, with a body like the females, whatever. But everybody want to be you but you. We still hate the shit out of each other. I say this all the time when I talk. I like,
Bring it
everybody
back home.
be us. Everybody want to be us but us. Everybody
Back to
love
this
us,
hate,
but everybody love us but us. It's
but
like, damn,
us.
do you know we finally got the game back? And if we like came together and really plotted this shit out, that we could really everybody that's running this shit hands down, like from the dances to the motherfucking the fucking fashion, you know what I mean, to the motherfucking
Listen,
the
we would
entertainment, to the sports, you know what I mean, to
everything.
have our
We
own
would
league and just
we would
turn
run
it,
the world.
destroy
We'd
this
run the
shit.
world.
And
We'd run the world.
look
We'd
what
run the
bruh
world.
said. What bruh
The
said
universe.
what bruh said in Willie D. We got to collectivize. If we collectivize, you
If
got to
we
collectivize.
collectivize,
Really,
and
we
listen,
got
where
to
there's numbers,
collectivize. If we collectivize, it's a fucking wrap because we run
it's
this
over.
shit.
It's
But
game
we
over.
don't. And man,
It's
if
game over.
we know
It's
that
game over.
we got the thumb
Listen,
on the
if
tip
we
or
collect,
the pulse of this shit right now, we need to fucking incorporate and make businesses and shit that people be the gatekeepers and shit. You can't do this without getting a license from this. This dance that you did on TikTok, well, this is motherfucking trademarked by this guy, this young black guy coming out the hood. To get it, you have to license it. And whatever you get off that TikTok, you got to pay us now. You know what I mean? We got to
facts.
collectivize.
We
You know
gotta
what I mean? And make a
collectivize.
business out of our shit before somebody else do.
We are the business. We sell everything. We market and we promote and we sell everything for everybody else to ourselves even. Like those shoes that we spend all that money from the KDs to the LeBron. LeBron is our nephew. KD's our little brother. This our children. This our cousins. This is our uncles. They come and get us and then sell us back to us. We sell it back to us. Why not cut that out? So we're at a point now. intellectually. We're ready to ascend. We're ready to go up. It's no reason now as a people that we can't collectivize. We got the resources, we got the network, we got the knowledge. We've been presidents, we've been governors, we they trying to knock us.
Yo,
They
yo,
trying
yo, when
to
we
knock us.
go. Yeah, yeah, when we get to talking this shit, boy, the matrix is gonna happen. Boy, you say a couple key words, nigga, the matrix gonna start happening, man. They don't want conversations to go down like this, let alone
Man,
the knowledge to go down, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If I ain't
shout
shouting you
out.
out, man, y'all
Shout out.
keeping it lit. Y'all got great questions and great answers, you know what I mean? Great
Check
agreements with
this out.
everything that's going down. This is real spill going
Real
down, you know what
spell.
I mean, on high learning, you know what I mean? Let's continue, man.
Man, so this is the question you got to ask yourself. Do you believe your conditions can be better? That's the question. I don't. You might make $1 million a year already. Can you make more? Do you want more? Can your conditions be better? Right. And so, for most of us, the answer to that question is yes. And this is what the book is about: the introduction to the truth of life, coming together, collectivizing. Right. However, this is the thought. We're going to focus on those young the young life, right? Because there's a lot of old brothers and sisters out here. They just not gonna change, bruh. They not. They stuck in their way. They I don't want to offend
Nigga,
nobody, but
they mama was a twerker of the year and their grandma was a prostitute. What are you gonna get from that?
you're not right.
Their
It's not gonna
granddaddy was the
happen.
pimp, ex-pimp of the
Right.
year, like 5-time trophy holder, pimp of the year. Their
That's
granddad,
right. That's
grandmama
right.
was a prostitute. Their mama the twerker of the year at the strip club. What
Right.
and,
Right.
and their daddy
Or-
nigga got two
Right.
bodies and he in jail for life. So what are you
So
gonna get from
what are
that?
you gonna get from that? You're gonna just continue down that path, or
Right,
what you gonna do?
right.
Or even we've been caught up in so many different paths to where, I think Cube had a skit on one of his albums, and I envisioned it sitting on the stoop somewhere, and the kid come by, what you doing? Nothing. Oh yeah, what you waiting on? Just waiting on Jesus to come back. We done got caught up in this Messiah complex that somebody's gonna come back and save us. Somebody's gonna come back and open the jail cells up and free all the locks, and somebody's gonna do that. But the reality of it is, once we start thinking, we'll be able to save ourselves. Nobody's gonna have to come back. We'll be able to just. It's almost like just I seen a meme one time where it was like four brothers on their hands and knees, and it was like all these big bankers and like Wall Street brokers, had all this, Bilderbergs and different names, Rothschild or whatever, and they was playing Monopoly on the back of these brothers who were bent over, and under the caption it basically said, if these brothers would just stand up, the game would be over. All you got to do is just stand up and the game is over. Yuck, let me tell you right now on some real stuff, and I hope they
That's
don't bleep this.
exactly what I was saying. These motherfuckers is playing Monopoly on our back. We are
That's
the
right.
entertainment. We are the athletes. We are the motherfucking people that bring the motherfucking make the music and shit like that, but we don't control it. So, yes, they're playing Monopoly on our fucking back because they control the fucking board. They control the game. We have to
You
collectivize.
gotta
Willie,
collectivize.
Willie, we have to collectivize, Willie.
It has to happen. So, so check this out. Like, if we really understood the power that we have collectivized, right? Not as individual, but together. Where there's unity, there's strength, right? There's strength in numbers. If we understood that power, we could say, I'm just make up a scenario. So it's not real. I don't want to get bleeped out. But check this out. If we said we want every brother and sister over 18 to have a Maserati sitting in front of wherever they live at the top of 2023, and we're not playing, we're going to give you opportunity to get that together. Right now it's June. So by January, that's 6 months, everybody needs to have a Maserati, or we not going to work. Black people not going to work. you work at KFC, if you work at the airport, if you drive a bus, we're unified, we're collectivized, so we're not going to work. Not no police
Collectivize.
officers, not no firemen. We're not going to work. So for 6 months, y'all, I'm just telling you, this me talking. Uh, Stock up on water. Make sure you get a little extra money in the bank. Stop eating out so much and splurging. You don't need all the pair of shoes you was gonna get. Save that money. Put it up. Uh, get you some rations. Make sure the freezer is full. Make sure everything's good. Go buy a generator so the lights can come on, because on the first day of the new year, if we don't have what we demand, we're not going to work. And do you not know this place would shut down if black people, quote unquote, if the Asiatics and the sympathizers of ours and the well-wishers that we have said we're going to collectively sit down and nobody's going to work until you do what we said. If you meet our demands, we would have whatever we wanted, because we make this thing run. If we told the police, you kill another black boy, another one of our children, nobody is going to eat McDonald's. We're all going to stop eating McDonald's. Don't you know that Mickey D's would be up on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. talking about, man, don't kill nobody else, man. We can't send our kids to college. I can't get my retirement plan. I had to shut down 150 stores. Oh, man, just don't kill no other black people. Please don't. If we told them we're going to stop drinking Coca-Cola or Pepsi or anything like that, we could get whatever we wanted as long as we collectivized. However,
Collectivize, bully.
However, what happens when something happens to one of us? They'll run another one of us that looks just like us in there to hurry up and run interference and play defense and hurry up and try to rally the division of us. If we did what they call block voting, not as individual. Your individual vote don't matter. But if we voted as a block, a unit, and we say all black folks is only going to vote for the candidate that gives us this, then we're going to get that. Because America's always been 50-50, bro. It's always been 50-50. Whoever controls any little party tips that scale. Well, collectively, with the money we make, we control the income of the 9th largest nation on the planet. That's how much money we spend and give away and comes through our pocket every year, is the equivalent to the 9th largest nation on the planet. Keep in mind that there's over 100 and some odd nations on the planet that get more rights and more treatment and sign up for these checks. The Ukraine is trying to get $40 billion check from the United States because Russia is pushing them around. What if somebody been pushing us around for 400 years, but we're not a nation, so we can't get the check? And if we get the check, what we gonna do with the check? So we are gonna get to the check, but we got to get our mind right. See,
Yo,
love. We got to have love in our community.
you gotta start with love first, because if we don't love, we can't unify. If you still hating each other, you ain't gonna never do business with a nigga you hate.
Never,
Man,
never.
keep landing though, my nigga.
Now you check. So when we see somebody who's doing good, check yourself. We know it's true, man. That brother ain't think he all that. You got the new Cartiers on. He think he whoop de woo woo. Man, that's the mentality. That's the mentality, and that is a mentality of
No,
a defeated people.
no,
It's
that
a
be like this. Yuck live in LA. He Hollywood. Like, nigga, hold on, man. The purpose of selling dope was to get out the hood. Nigga, the kingpin of the hood didn't live in the hood no more. That nigga was in the hills and sending packs down to the hood to get sold. That nigga wasn't still in his motherfucking apartment that he grew up in the projects when he had, nigga, hundreds of thousands of dollars, nigga. Our mission is to make money and get the fuck out the projects. So I got the fuck out the projects and moved to LA, nigga. Period.
facts,
Oh,
facts,
but
machine.
he Hollywood. He Hollywood. Well, how many Oakland niggas moved to LA after me or before me? I'll wait.
I'll wait.
Hollywood. You ain't say that, but niggas hate. Like, why hate? Congratulate. Like, this your nigga from Oakland. Like, yo, that's a
Bro,
I'm one of
You know
y'all.
why? You know why they hate? Because they hate themselves. See, there's nobody
Uh,
that loves themselves that can hate on anybody else. If
right,
you
right.
love you, if you love you, you cannot hate on any other man or any other woman. The
Absolutely.
only reason you can hate is because you're unhappy with how your life has turned out. You're unhappy with the possessions that you have. You're unhappy with the wife you married. You're unhappy with the shoes you're wearing. You're unhappy with the jewelry you're rocking. The only way you can hate on another man is if you are not happy, and then you can't love yourself and be happy with you and not be happy with yourself. So we have to learn self-love. Bro, when a blessing happens for you or my brother or anybody around me, I'm ecstatic. I'm happy about that. I'm happy bro's getting this come up. I'm happy sis got blessed. It helps me out because if my brother on, I'm on. We winning now.
And it's motivation to me. Because if you hang with
And
niggas,
it's motivation.
you
And
hang
it's
with
motivation.
is motivation.
And
So
it's
if you hang
and
with
it's
nine broke niggas, you're gonna be motivated to be broke. If you hang with nine rich niggas that got more than you, when they come up, it's gonna motivate you to keep coming up. You know what I mean? Period. I ain't gonna hate a nigga because he doing good. It's gonna make me like, oh shit, I could do that too,
let
or I
me
could
get
do
mine.
something different, or let me
Right.
step hustle up to keep going. So it's motivation. It's always been motivation for me. Period. I never was a nigga that hate like why. Like it's so many other people in different races that got
That's why you blessed, bro. That's
billions of
why
fucking
you are
dollars.
blessed.
That
That's
got
why you
billions.
blessed.
That got billions of fucking dollars that own these corporations and drive Lamborghinis and all these fly ass cars, Rolls Royces and all that shit down the block, and nobody gives a fuck. But when your fellow brother, not even a fucking millionaire, you just you know what I mean, just look good, you smell good, you know what I mean, drive nice cars and shit. Oh fuck that nigga, woo woo woo. But it's a nigga that got $1 billion that came from our neighborhood, and you don't say shit about them. You know what I mean? But it's a nigga that's from your hood, the nigga that stumped the block with you. I think is that you outdid what they did, I think. And that they're mad at their self. So they try to
Right.
take it out on you. Like you said, like they mad at the car they got, the girl they got, whatever they accomplished, they didn't accomplish as much as you. And because y'all from the same stumping grounds, they feel that they should have what you have, but without hustling or doing what you did to get what you have. You know what I
Right.
mean? Instead of being motivated, like, we from the same spot, nigga. If he could do it, I could do it. Matter of fact, let me hook up with him and see if he could help me do what I need to do what he doing. You know what
That's
I mean?
right.
That type
That's
of
right.
shit. Because I don't, man, come
So
on. I done
so
helped a
so
lot. I don't say put nobody on because you put yourself on. I helped
that's
a lot.
facts.
You know what I mean? Period. Helped a lot. That's why I created the regime, helping motherfuckers that I knew that was dope as fuck. You know what I mean? And
Right.
we all come and collectivize. You know,
Collective
feel
vibe.
me? And do our thing and promote each other all on one and one on the one umbrella. So if you doing this, we doing it together. He doing this, we doing it together. Everybody got different branches that we all could eat off of. You know what I mean? Fruit bearing from every branch. You know what I mean? So that's why I collectivize and you know what I mean, to help people. And that's it. You know,
Right.
I'm not another
Sometimes
dude.
when we get a chance, this maybe not on this conversation, bro. Well, I do want to talk about um just you, bros, as far as that, man, and just adding, basically adding to that wisdom and complimenting you on that, bro. Cause from Tech 9 in Kansas City to the Bay Area
Rest
to
in peace,
Houston, Texas,
Gonzo.
down in
Gonzo.
Houston, down in Houston, you was pulling tech talent and collectivizing with people that wasn't even in your state, wasn't even in your time zone, tying people together and doing that, bro. So hats off to you for that. This is what it is, Yuck. It's about responsibility right now, bro. As a people, like you, me, we the dads now. We're the grandpa now, basically. We the dad. The people, the young life that's 18, 19, and 20, 21, 25. Those are our children. That's my son. That's my nephew. And so now we in the seat, bro. It's our time. And so we got to step up and let them know that it's about love. And we have to love one another. And love is not reactionary. Love is responsive, right? And so if we're going to change our conditions, then we got to be able to respond to the condition versus reacting to the condition. See, they have got us set up to react to certain things. Push a button over here, this the trap door opens over there. Do this, do that, and they started figuring out we can control these people. Basically, they're emotional because we love so hard. You know who we are. We can control them based on the love, but we're going to distort the love, and distorted love generally comes back to hate, self-hatred. That's what really is our problem. We have become a defeated people. And I might have said this before, but I think it's worth saying again. It bears repeating. The first hallmark of any self-defeating behavior is blaming someone else for the way your life has turned out. The first hallmark in any self-defeating behavior is blaming somebody else for your conditions, right?
You hit
Now,
it on the nose. You hit that motherfucker on the nail, man. Period.
now
That
let me tell you why. When we stop doing that, and see, I think it's a setup. They want us to blame. They want us to hate them. They want us to blame them, right? There's a group that says, keep that hate going. Keep that hate. Keep that hate, because you can't control it. If you hate this guy, I hate white people, or
let
you
me
gonna
let
hate
me
you
let
gonna
me
hate black people too. If you
let me
hate white people, you gonna hate black people.
let
It's
me ask,
hate.
let
Come
me ask
on.
you a question. What did they make most popular? The two things they made popular right now that wasn't popping when me and you was growing up.
What is
Roasting, roasting, and bullying.
right?
Those two things.
Yeah,
So it's good to talk shit about people. Talking shit is a form of hate. Bullying, hate like a motherfucker. Kids
right,
are committing suicide from hate. Kids are committing suicide from getting roasted.
right, right, right.
Hate, but it's popular. It's promoted. It's like all this roast shit is promoted all over the web and all over the
Who can
social
hate?
medias and shit.
Who
This
can
guy
hate the
roasted that guy.
hardest?
This guy. So they at school with the shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got when people getting beat up on World Star. So people at school doing this shit. World Star
So
bullying,
let me.
beating up kids and
So
shit. So yeah,
I'm just gonna ask you. I know we don't know the number. I don't know the number. How many times do you think it got played on the line online when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock?
billions of times, billions.
Billions, billions of times. Right. It's and you know when Trump be talking about fake news and stuff. I don't necessarily
But
feel
look,
like. I
did
mean,
his movie? Did the movie with that he made about what about Serena
Venus
and
and Serena Williams,
that did that get
King
watched?
Richard.
Did that get watched a billion times?
No.
Okay, cool. Continue.
So we'll watch that over and over and talk about it and blog about it and put it on every late
Because it's
night show, put it
trauma.
on every because it's pushing that energy, it's pushing that hate, that low frequency.
That's a world
Now,
star. That
so
was an industry world
right,
star. World
so
star. Blah.
right. So this is how it works. Let's say your son gonna graduate school next year. He gonna be a senior and then he graduates. And in his class he has 500 other students, himself plus 500 other seniors, right? Let's say two of those guys decide they're going to skip graduation, go rob a liquor store, and get in a high speed chase with the police, crash and burn, and go to jail. What do you think is going to be on the news tonight? The 500 or short minus two, the 498? That graduated high school, going to college, got scholarships. Somebody was the valedictorian, some was the summa cum laude and magnum cum. You got all this achievements, and you got all these 400 and some kids graduated tonight. But the news is only going to play the two that robbed the liquor store and got in a high speed chase with the police. They're only going to give you that you're gonna take what two people did out trumps what nearly 500 kids did. This is the story. This is not. But we're promoting a certain type of energy. Now, when I say get
Hold
back,
on.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Along with the shootings, the mass shootings, notice how once the stuff start getting put on television, it's been a lot of copycats. Oh, they did it in this city. Now we're gonna do it in this city. Now we're gonna do it in this city. Now we're gonna do it in this city, this city, that city, that city. And they promoting it on the news. Like, and then the people who doing this see that they don't get shot down. They see that they get walked out with security and shit, armor plates on them and shit. They get took into Burger King or Wendy's or some shit, and they good. They in protective custody. Nobody can see them. You know what I mean? They like the president that went to jail or some shit. So
Right.
they're okay. It ain't gonna be no harm to me. The police ain't gonna kill me, little old, whatever race me. Long as I'm not black, I'm not gonna get killed.
Right.
So
Right.
boom, it's promoting that. You dig? It's promoting that,
Promoting.
bro. So boom, we gonna go buy some guns. We gonna go to this motherfucking Black Lives Matter rally, and I'm about to start clapping shit. Period. I'm gonna drive from 3 cities, 3 towns, 3 states, whatever, and I'm gonna get there. And my mama gonna drop me off. I'm gonna shoot motherfuckers. I'm gonna go to court, and I'm gonna be not guilty. So
And I'm gonna be and I'm
promoting
gonna
it,
be
bro.
I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna be famous. You
Nigga,
know?
I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna go
They're
do
gonna
CNN. I'm gonna do 60
you
Minutes. I'm
know
gonna
how
get
many times
a
they're
million to
gonna
do. Yeah, I'm gonna
they're
get a
gonna
million to
watch
do
my
60
clip.
Minutes. A
They're
million
gonna
to do
watch my clip.
CNN.
Facts. Facts. So how do we change this? How? What do? We have to become responsible. What do I mean by that? Like I said, the number one hallmark in any self-defeating behavior is blaming other people for your conditions. Not saying that they may be responsible for your conditions. I don't think no slave cuffed himself and jumped on the boat, voluntarily. So others may be responsible, but we're not getting ready to blame them because we are going to take responsibility. Now, when we talk about how do we fight certain things as far as being controlled with the program? Well, we stop being reactive and we start being responsive. When certain things happen, then we respond to those things. See, the root word of responsibility is the ability to respond. That's what that means. Responsibility, ability to respond. Once we realize that stopping the putting other people in control of over our destiny, then we have the ability to respond. Once we start to respond, we got to respond in our best interest if we're going to be responsible people. And we are responsible. We're no longer going to have, we're not going to be reactive. So now we have to say, what is the counter to all of the hate in our community? There's only one answer. It has to be love. It has to be love.
One love, one love. We lucky just to have this one love.
Check
It's
this
funny
out.
they made that song, man, because that's what we need. One love, my nigga.
The
For
word love
real.
and life both have 4 letters, but they two different words altogether. Now
Together.
stop, bro.
Come on. That's what we
Hey,
need, bro. But look at
we
the
got to we
music
got to
that
we got
we
to have it though.
but
Go
look at
ahead.
the
Now,
music.
look at the
Look
music. Look
look
how
at
it
the
goes,
music. Look at
bro.
the music we had. One love. One
Hey, yeah, you
come
should play.
on.
I did like on this Black Jesus
Look at our
project
music
I got.
now. Wet ass pussy. Get the wop wop. Like, come on, my nigga. Look at the different message it is. That's why shit is fucked up right now. That's why we
Bruh,
can't unify. That's why we can't love each other.
we
You know,
can't. If
the
you
the,
can't,
the female rappers
you
are
can't
telling
love.
the female
Go ahead.
rappers are telling the girls to rob niggas and to be savage and to fuck them like how niggas fuck bitches and just run through them. Bitches is like the new niggas. They running through niggas. They running through
Facts,
the lesbians with the dildo. They running through everything. Nigga running through niggas'
facts.
pockets, robbing niggas, set niggas up to get shot, killed, and all the above. Nigga got hoods beefing and shit, murdering each other over this pussy, all types of shit, my nigga.
All
Like,
kind of
yo,
stuff. It's
but
like a
what?
whole role reversal.
My
Again,
nigga, like this generation X, what generation Z, I don't know what they call it. These motherfuckers, I don't know where they came from. It's like the walking zombies or some shit. I don't know where they came from. I ain't know where this fucking thought of mine or came from,
it's
or this way of life came from. But these motherfuckers are crazy as fuck. They savage,
bro.
all of them.
It's
You got little
it comes It comes from just what you said. It comes from an opioid addiction where they robbing their parents' medicine cabinet and they on perk and they on Zanny and they on this and they like we say, I'm on everything. And then they watching their mom and dad and they watching uncle and they watching auntie. And so now they are almost like the zombie. You feel me? Because there's no conscious there, right? There's no Can I improve my condition? No hope to be better. You know, some of us do get our spirit broken, but I think that we're dealing with such a complex issue that the enemy, if you will, and or the op is he's bro, he's not above using chemical warfare. He's not above using psychological tricks. He's not above using the judicial system, weaponizing the police, you know, using Karen. He doesn't care. And so unfortunately, if we're not aware, which is really the word conscious, if we're not aware of what's going on, then we get caught up in these traps. Because would the fish swallow the bait if he knew the hook was in it? No, he would not. He don't swallow the bait if he knows the hook is in it. But if he doesn't know, he just swimming around crazy, he gonna bite it. And unfortunately, that happens to a lot of our young life. Now, the good thing is this. If we set the example, and it's good for us too, because it means we stand up. So we get money, we get cars, we get houses, we get jewelry, we do it legit based on the talent that God gave us, based on the unlimited resources of the universe that comes to us, being the God bodies that we are, then they're going to want to get it that way. It's just we can't take nothing from them if we don't give them something. We can't take the sack or the bag or the whatever they're using to get money and don't give them another resource or way to replace what we're taking. So what we do is we give them this game. We got to. And it's got to be, you know, I got this whole thing about this truth thing, you know. We've been taught that we get truth from certain places, from the going to school or the system and this and that, but you can go into court and they'll tell you you're going to be tried by 12 of your peer, and you'll get up on there and it might be 12 old European people or something like that, or what have you. That's not the truth. You might go to school and they tell you that that Christopher Columbus discovered America. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. You go to church and they tell you, you know, let's just say, and I'm not trying to knock nobody, but they may give you something that you say that so you telling me that Noah put 2 of every single animal on the planet, you know, whatever. It's not necessarily the truth, right? But we've taught this is where you get it from. This is where you get it from.
But
But
look,
really,
no, it was it.
come on,
See, it was the genes.
come on.
He took the DNA of these. You know what I mean? And
Right,
create
I got you.
which it was a higher. You know, you dealing with the higher boys.
You was dealing with, he had the books of Enoch, his grandfather. You talking
Right.
about Enoch is the father of Methuselah. Methuselah is the father of Noah. These dudes was on a whole nother level. I already know, bro. I just was kind of throwing
And they
that.
connected. So it
I
was
was
more
just,
of
it,
DNA. If you had
I was,
all animals, they would have ate each other.
right.
Period.
So I'm just saying you can find certain things. I was using that, probably a bad example, dealing with a conscious person, but in different aspects we can find where we would think this would be true and it's really falsehood, but it's still given to us and we're supposed to accept it as the truth.
But the
When
indigenous people was here first, and then the Moors was here because y'all gave Christopher Columbus the motherfucking GPS. You know what I mean? The roadmap to
facts,
get to America. It was a Moor selling that ship at the when you see the pictures, you see
yeah.
a Moorish black dude in the front. They don't mention that. And all the pictures of Christopher Columbus, you got a Moorish dude in the Moorish garbs. You know what I mean? Right there,
If you
right
really
there.
if you look up the word Moor, a lot of people think Moor means black, but Moor, if you dock a boat, if you're going, before you can navigate a ship, you have to moor that boat. And that means tie it to something, tie it to something fixed. It's called moor. If you go over certain parts of the land, like we would call an acre of land, it would be a plot of land is a moor. If you deal with certain type of languages over in Europe, they'll say mi amor. More means love. What we're talking about right now, you know, when in Italian, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. That's more. When you hear the Puerto Ricans, uh, uh, Moreno, Boricua, Moreno, Boricua, What is moreno? That's more. So we the word Moab is really two words. Mo means seed. Ab means father, as in the word aboriginal or aborigine. If you talk about Abdul or what have you, you're talking about something connected to the father. So the word Moab means seed of the father. Mo is seed. That's who we are. If God is the apple tree, you are the apple seed of that tree with all the potencies of that tree and all the special things that tree could produce. You can produce that. So that's a that's who we are, bro. We here before time, and Aboriginal, Indigenous, whatever you want to call us, is all us. There's nobody that been here longer than us. It's not like a green dude finna pop up right now. It's like I was here before those guys. No, we're them. Everything comes after us, or really through us, through our spectrum. We have the different hues, from the dark to the light to the all the stuff they used against us. Really was um, all the really the best parts about us, because our women can produce anything: light, dark, white, brown, yellow. She has what's called the Eve gene, so she can produce all of it, and all no other woman can do that. No other woman on the planet can do what our women can do. So it's back to this responsibility thing. When we take responsibility, then we say, okay, I'm only going to do what benefits me. What benefits me, I know selfishly, is really going to benefit my brother, because I'm only doing things that pertain to love when it comes to me. So ask yourself, does it benefit you to hate on somebody else? No, there's no benefit. Puts no food on the table. Puts no stock in your portfolio. It
But
doesn't.
nowadays it do. It get these niggas views,
Now they
right?
done. There you go.
You got these goddamn characters from goddamn Boondocks, you know what I mean, with glass eyes and shit, you know what I mean,
Right,
shock jocks, you know what I mean, that talk
right,
shit about dead rappers, that talk shit about gangbangers, that
right,
talk shit about
right,
street niggas, that talk shit about
right,
religion, you know what I
right.
mean, talk shit about everything that we got moving to really make money, and unify us go against it. So you got people out there
So
shock value,
right.
shock
So let
hoes,
me
you know
let me
what
let
I
me
mean?
re,
So
let me re-preference that by saying this.
and
Do
they're celebritized. Now
Yeah,
these
and
shock dudes, because of the shit they talk, are celebrities now. Now they get to
right,
do interviews for X amount of thousands. Now they on
sure,
this platform, that form,
right, right,
exploring their hate,
Uh,
roasting
just pushing hate, pushing
everybody
hate.
on
So
hella different platforms, and this is saluted and promoted.
right,
So
so
that gives a local motherfucker that's sitting in this motherfucking backyard or his garage, got a computer, like, okay, all I gotta do is pull a rapper out the motherfucking book and start dissing this motherfucker. Maybe I'll be the next one like that. Maybe I'll get a reality show. Maybe I'll get a
right,
podcast. Maybe I'll get some
right,
YouTube money or some Spotify
right,
money and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Or pay for interviews or whatever. So it's creating a culture of
right.
people that just hate on motherfuckers for no reason.
And
To
this is
get
my
money, to get
question:
money, to get money, or to get
to get
known,
money.
get
Well,
likes.
this is my question to the average Joe, right? Do you have stock in that other guy's business, right? So what I mean by this, you got 100 people out here hating, two people making money off of it, right? You're hating, but you're not getting paid to hate. You're not getting no benefit out of hate. Your hate is getting somebody else views, because you keep watching this hate. Your hate is getting somebody else paid, because they keep getting the streams that you watching. You're not getting nothing. You're sitting at home on the couch with your phone or with the remote to your TV, and you got it on these.
Oh, they don't want niggas talking about the platform that put on the motherfucking hate. Once you start talking about the platforms they put on the hate, they blurp. Look what they did to my guy. They blurped you, bro. Tap back in, bro. Is you there?
We here
Okay.
now?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
blur.
Nah.
Yeah, look,
Nah.
look at what
Okay.
acknowledgement
Now I
means.
gotta. Now I got a call on that one. So what I'm saying
Oh, you got
is,
a call. Okay, my bad.
what yeah, I ain't gonna lie on them. I'm gonna keep it 100. If they didn't do it, I'm gonna be honest with it. They didn't do that one. What I'm saying is though, we promoting, watching, participating, but not getting nothing out of it. I know I was saying, and I'm not saying the brother does it, but I know why DJ Academic does the things he does, because he's getting paid. He's got viewers. He's getting, likes. He's getting hearts. He's getting
And
this and
that's
that. I,
and
I
all
see why.
and all these people that's hating on platforms is trying to be the next academics, trying to be the next
Right,
Sean White, trying to be the
right,
next this person to get money off hate
right,
and get
right,
money off talking about people getting killed in Chicago, the war in
right,
Chirac.
right,
That's
right,
why he made his career off talking
right.
about the death of others that he had nothing to do with. He didn't know them. He ain't
Nothing
even
to
from
do.
that fucking city, a state.
It's almost,
And
it's almost
reporting
like,
live play by play like ESPN of murders and drive-bys and shit that's going down between these crews in Chicago. That's how he built. So he built
look,
his platform on the death of brothers in Chicago. So I
right,
would never respect that. Now I respect him being
look,
a black brother making money legally. Yo,
right,
get your money,
right,
get your platform dope. But you made it on the death of black youth,
right.
kids. You know what I mean?
Hate,
These teenagers, bro.
hate has become like a sport, right? And haters are like hate athletes, right? So how many athletes actually make it to the league? Like 2%, right? But you still got everybody played ball in high school and junior high, and some went to college. But even the ones that go to college, the vast majority of them don't go to make it to the league. But they all played and participated. And that's how I look at these haters. There's only going to be a few of them that really become popular or famous. The rest of them are just driving the culture of hate, if you will. And then we get engrossed in it and we take a part of it, right? So I'm from Kansas City. They call Kansas City Killer City. This is promoting a certain kind of energy. Well, I'm from Kansas City, Kansas. So on the Kansas side, they call that crime dot, because all the crime happens in crime dot. The other side is misery. The other side's Killer City. If you go to Chicago, you go into Chirac. You go, and I'm sure that there's some nicknames of other major cities that are tied to murder or has some type of hater or killing kind of attachment to the name that we name the cities that we live in. We look at cities are we rate cities.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
The biggest one, Killer Cali.
Killer Cali, Killer Cali, the whole state, not a city. The whole entire state in California is probably the second largest state, right behind Texas in the entire nation. And it's the same way, I'm sure if you go to H Town or you go to different parts, different ward, they call this ward this or that, or call this area Little Vietnam, or they call this the Badlands, or they call, you can go to Philly, this area is called the Badlands of here, or, this is Murderville over here. Whatever it is, we have permeated the energy of hatred so much that we've started to rename the cities that we live in based on how much hatred is going, how many murders happen in Newark, New Jersey, or how many murders, so we're gonna call Jersey this, or we're gonna call we have to realize what's going on. A lot of us don't know the hook is in the bait, and we
But have,
biting that.
but have we ever heard of Killer Beverly Hills? Have we ever heard of have we ever heard of Shooter Calabasas? Like, have we
Right,
ever heard of, you know what I mean?
right, right.
Gangster, you know what I mean? Gangster,
Be, be,
what else is
Be,
lit? Palm
where you
Springs,
where you
right?
live, man? I'm from Beverly Hills. You know what
Beverly
I'm saying?
Hills, yeah, I'm from the Kill, nigga, the Kill Hill.
Yeah,
Beverly
Kill
Hills,
Hills, bro.
you
They
never
don't
hear
do that.
about these
Nah.
prestigious
Guess
areas.
where? Guess where they live? They live in the Royal Manor. They live in Peaks. They live in Twin Peaks, and these Royal Palms, and these different things. They live on Sunnyside Road and Beachfront
Nah,
Street.
instead of Star Island, nigga, they live on Mob Island or some shit like that. I
Right,
don't know.
right, right.
5
So
Islands. Like, I don't know, man.
so we have to realize you almost have to wake up and be like, man, realize when you're being used. You drive the global economy. Your ancestors drove the global economy. At one point in time when we was working for free and picking cotton, we changed the global economy. Cotton wasn't just sold in America, it was in Europe, India, Africa, everywhere. It went all over the world and made America the richest nation on the planet. America's still the richest nation on the planet based on the work that our ancestors did for free. And they're still eating on us. In different scriptures, they refer to us as dried bones in the valleys, or certain leaders like Marcus Garvey called us the sleeping giant, wanted us to awake, you sleeping giant, and accomplish what you will. So it's now we're coming into the consciousness, the knowledge of self. We understand certain things. We have to take responsibility for where we're at. We have to become responsible for our condition, no
And
matter what it is.
I think the leadership is gone. That's why the love ain't here. They killed all our leaders. They all our grandmas and shit are just dying, and grandpa dying from the, what I
Right.
mean, jabby
You
jab.
talked about it.
Everybody
We,
having heart attacks all of a sudden. You know what I mean? So all of our leaders and all of our elders dying with the game that could give us the game and elevate us and let us
that's
know.
facts.
Give
That's
us love.
facts.
Our
That's
leaders
facts.
that bringing us and unifying us together. You know what I mean? The Malcolms, the
Right.
Martins. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody, even to
And
right now, even, you know what I mean? Like they knocking us down left and right. You know what I mean? When you try to bring the love and unity together, man. So
two
we
things. Two.
we need to protect the shit out of um um Farrakhan, man. I think that's our last black leader that really show love and unity with the black
Facts.
community. Once he's out of here, man. God forbid, man, because it ain't no other. We can't rely on no Jesse Jacksons, none of them.
Right. Right.
Now, so us, like these
It's
platforms,
us.
man, we gotta get the love out there and gotta get the unity out there, and that's for every race, not just black,
This
because
is
every race is all already unified. We trying to get ourselves unified. So when we have these lectures and we talk about this, it's about us. You know what I mean? Period.
that's
Like
right.
we ain't talking
Right.
about y'all. Y'all unified. Y'all live in homes together. Y'all
That's
stack.
right.
Y'all collectivizing. Willie.
Y'all
Yeah,
doing
y'all.
it. Y'all
Yeah, y'all.
doing it.
We got to
This
bring
is
that to our culture and bring that back to
we
our
have
people.
to,
You know what I mean?
and,
Because we
and
lost it.
that's
We
why.
lost love and we lost unity, and that's the main thing that's fucking the black culture up. Not
That's
black,
it.
but the indigenous or the African, whatever you want to call us. You know what I mean? The original, whatever you want to call us, it's fucking us up.
A,
Period.
a, a divided house cannot stand. It's unity. Unity is the key. I don't care, and I really believe that's why. And I'm gonna go back to when you said they killed all our leaders. I believe that's why they killed Martin and Malcolm, because a lot of people don't know that they came together and they said, you know what, Martin Luther King, he's a Christian, Malcolm X is a Muslim. We don't give a care. We'll practice our religion at home. We're getting ready to come together for what's in the best interest of our people. And that's when you started to, and that's when they killed him. But you're absolutely right, and we touched on this during the other podcast. In the 1960s, they murdered Malcolm, they murdered Martin, they murdered Huey P. Newton, they locked up all the Panthers, Geronimo Pratt, all the sisters, Angela Day, all of them got locked up, fought cases, had to flee or be in prison. Some of them are still in prison today, and others are just now getting out of prison today. And once they did that, they opened the gate up for the 1970s, which comes the black exploitation films, the Coffee Brown, the Who's the Mac, the Pimp and the Hoe, and the big cars. Who got the biggest platforms on? Who got the flyest gators, the flyest this, and then it shifts the attention to that. And then in the 80s, they bring crack cocaine into the neighborhood and started pumping crack to all of the major cities. And then in the 2000s, they introduced the prison industrial complex and started locking people up for having the crack that they got from the 90s and locked them up for that. So we've been through this whole mind transformation kind of thing to now we're back. And I really feel like that's kind of why the universe got me active, is because we gotta have a voice. We gotta have somebody that is articulate, that has done a study, that has you know the courage to come and say, listen, y'all, this is what we gotta do, family. I don't really care what you talking about. We got to change our conditions. We are being exploited in public and nobody's saying nothing about it. We're being raped in the street and nobody is saying nothing about it. The
The, the
world is watching.
the people who did say something, Michael Jackson, rest in peace. He's out of here. I think allegedly, I think they got rid of him. Prince, he had Slave. He went, you know what I mean? He went against his label. You know what I mean? Finally got his masters. Once he got his masters, he's out of here. You know what I mean? Allegedly. You know what I mean? So once you smarten up, once you try to go against the system, like I was on Rap A Lot Records, man. There was one point in time when Jay Prince, Suge Knight, Irv Gotti was gonna make the first black distribution company. You know what I mean? Like fuck Universal, fuck all them. We making our own shit, bringing everybody under the umbrella, man. Them motherfuckers got hit by so many feds and indictments and all types of shit that knocked definitely took out Murder Inc. You know what I mean? Even
Facts,
to beat
facts.
the case, even though nobody got arrested or whatever, but just that
Now
drama
they
gonna
they
make
ran they
record labels stop fucking with you. So the money from Def Jam left Murder Inc. You know what I mean? Suge already locked up. They running through his record label. No, he ain't locked up at this time, but they trying to lock him up. Rap A Lot. They trying to lock Jay up. You know what I mean? Jay so bulletproof Don
they
Teflon.
try to
Yeah.
kill Jay. They try to
Oh,
kill
the
Jay.
police. Yeah, they had the police off. They
They
put it
locked
on
up Suge. They indicted Irv, and they couldn't lock Irv up all the way, so they just ran his bank account to zero
zero.
because
Right.
he got to get a lawyer and he got to, you got to have both. You got to fight this thing. You
And
can't
then
just.
they take your money machine from you, Def Jam. So Def Jam shut the books down. So now you ain't got no money. So yeah, and
So
cripple
then
that.
so that brings it back to control. It brings it back to they are keeping they want control. But this is what I say to my people, all of them. I say us, the well wishers and sympathizers. We always been underground, bro. You for real underground legend, underground king because you got the celeb status, but you move with the soil and keep your ear to what's really active and what's going on. So it's almost like we might have to do that on the underground tip and get it like we had it to where some people didn't stop listening when the Bay was swinging hard and we was young and Jack and we was really rocking. Man, people stopped listening to the radio, but you didn't hear you couldn't get that music on the radio anyway. You couldn't get there wasn't no videos for real for real. It was
Right,
underground, bro. It was
right.
underground, and you was going through
I
select
think you hit it on the nail.
bro.
I think the big guys ain't gonna do it. They too scared. They billionaires and shit, so they scared to lose
Right,
their money. I think it need to
right,
start with the underground. You know what I mean?
right,
These underground people come together that's independent. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And control the scene. Period.
right,
You know
right.
these dudes making millions of fucking dollars. They need to control the scene. Just like I said, dancing. Any dude that's out there that created
Right,
a
right.
patent that shit, trademark it. So when they
And
do your shit on TikTok, you get
right,
paid. You know what I
and
mean? They taking some shit that they seen on your IG, on your YouTube, and they
right,
take it to TikTok and make all the money. And your ass get looked at like you dancing like them when they really dancing like
right.
you.
That's
So
facts, bro.
you know what I
You got to
mean? And
collectivize.
yeah,
See, my thing is, this is how I feel that they gonna do with me, bro. And I encourage anybody who's out there and they on this, pushing the positivity, what I'm saying, pushing, positive profits and all of the P words, right, with the good connotation, right, the power, peace, positivity, all that stuff. So I look at it like now, what our job is to create the best music that we can create possible. Put the right message in it, put the right energy in it, right? Because if they do come and knock you off, you're gonna sell 80 billion times platinum. Because
right.
that's what happens to us. When DMX goes, his catalog goes through the roof. When Michael Jackson goes, his catalog goes through the roof. When Prince goes, his catalog goes through the roof. So if I got a catalog that ain't got nothing but I love my people and this is how we gonna overcome and we gonna win and I want to introduce you to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, or I want to show you what Buddha said, or I want to talk to you about Confucius, or I want to give you some scripture about Jesus, or I want to put you in a mindset where you start thinking. Why are you talking about all this stuff, Nelson? I'm just trying to get you to start thinking. That's all I really want to do. Because if I can get you to think, then I don't have to save you. You will save yourself. If you're in a burning building and I get you, wake you up, I don't got to save you. You're going to get up and run out that joint. And so I just want to get us woke and to the point to where we start thinking for ourselves. They're not going to kill me. They're not going to kill that guy now. And that's why they're not going to kill Farrakhan. Because if they kill Farrakhan, somebody's going to go, he was right. Just like he said. They did just what he said they was going to do that. And now his books, his lectures, his YouTube channel, his everything that he's ever produced is going to go triple, quadruple platinum.
And that's
And guess
going
what?
back to the nation, not them.
And they don't want $1 billion, $1 trillion going to the Nation of Islam, because that's what's going to happen. And Farrakhan got speeches that, man, Farrakhan introduced me to the way I want to talk when I didn't know how to speak. He got speeches from 1985, 1984. You talking about NFT? So they're not gonna kill him. They're gonna try to do what they'll do to you, or what they would try to do to me, and that is assassinate your character.
And
So you're
silence
not, you're
and
not.
silence you. And
Well, that's to the character. That's to the character.
ban you from Facebook, ban you from YouTube.
Right
So
there,
you
you
can't
go.
get your message
So
out.
they,
Ban you from
so
Twitter,
right.
ban you
So they
from Instagram. So you can't get your message out.
Right.
Go
So they
back.
don't want to. They don't want to kill certain people because they're gonna make them a martyr. They'll blow them up, and with the YouTube and with the social media and with how this world works now with all this technology. They don't want to do that. So we want you alive, but we're just gonna straight up. Oh, he got 10 wives. He sleeps with this many women. He was shoplifting at that Quick Trip. Oh, don't listen to him. He's nobody. They come and try to assassinate your character. And then that way that turn your people on. Your people are already prone to hate. All they got to hear is one bad thing about you. And now they own that. Oh, yuck mouth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we gotta we have to understand the beast, and then we have to realize nothing changes until we start to control the narrative. That's how we see each other. That's how we see ourselves. Again, we don't see with our eyeballs, we see with our mind. This is how we see. These are just reflectors that pick up information. The real sight is in the mind. So once we start figuring out how to change the mind, you're gonna change everything that you see.
But look,
Just
But look, it's hard to change your mind when you see a shitload of money, right? So we build these big ass conglomerates, record labels, TV channels,
mm,
networks, all types of shit, and then we sell it to the very people that we was influenced to start the business. Like I'm gonna do it for the people. This is us. And then as soon as you get to you ain't even eclipsed. You up there enough to where you feel comfortable, and your shit is up to where you can sell it for, you know what I mean, 500 million, 300, 100 million or whatever. You like, okay, I'm gonna take that 100 million, but it's all for nothing at that time, because what
right,
did you do that for at the beginning? Like, you know what I mean?
right,
To sell out and just to sell it? No, it's supposed to still be you, like on some Black Wall Street. You know what I mean?
right,
Black Wall Street didn't get to where it got and then start selling the whole block
right.
to other people. They kept it going. You know what I mean?
Well,
So a lot of people are selling their entities. Rockefeller sold Rockefeller. Def Jam sold Def Jam. Death Row got sold, and then it's back to Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? So they sell these entities. You know what I mean? That's, started out black owned, and then they
right,
get sold. You know what I mean? Fucking Rockaware sold that to
right,
some people. You know what I mean? So
right,
everybody is selling their entities instead of really just being black owned and just keeping their shit.
right,
Why is that?
right. Copy that. I think that has a lot to do with it, but I think that's because a lot of us are chasing after the gods of Europe. We're chasing after something really don't exist. It's an illusion. The paper that we believe is money, a lot of it is barely worth the ink that's printed on the paper. However, we are so caught up to where we really believe in our mind that the value of this paper equals the value that I've created with my company. And really, what your company, the value in that is the influence that it has over the people. And so when you realize why certain things happen, certain people gotta go that have to go, it's not usually because they got a whole bunch of money. It usually has to do with power and influence over others. Oh, this man got too much power. This man, he influencing too many people. He's got to get out the way in order for the grand scheme of things to continue running as what they call status quo. My question to you is, as a, not you, Yuck, but just throwing the question out, is to the guy that owns the big clothing store or owns the record label. The question to me is, why would you want to amalgamate into a system that has you on the bottom? That's the status quo. And the reason why the police officers and everybody else are here is to keep the peace, or basically make sure nothing changes. You're on the bottom, these other guys are on the top. This is, if you say I want to participate in that, then something's wrong with you. Who wants to be on? I say create something that has value, then connect with like-minded other individuals, and build, you know, build the structure that you want to be able to leave for your children. Because the thing about it is, when you sell whatever it is you create, your next generation does not have any ownership in that. They don't get to have that. You don't get to give your son your business, so to speak. And you know, I say shout out to Dame Dash, because Dame be pushing that heavy. But this is the thing, Yuck. We are coming out of it. This is the good news. The good news at the end of the day is, I see more and more of us are having the conversation. More of us are waking up. More of us are talking about economics, talking about businesses, talking about just, coming out of it, and recognizing too. I think maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago, if we said we're going to talk about love, and it's two men having a serious, real conversation, I think somebody might think, oh, it's going to be something funny. No, this is a serious conversation. And the conversation is to save our life, to save your grandchildren, to save whatever generations are going to come after us. We must learn to love instead of hate. We're not going to survive if we continue to hate on each other. That's a fact.
Bro, man, I think I seen like a head of, I ain't see it, but it's a rumor that the head of a KKK lounge said, we ain't got to do shit, man. They doing our job for us.
Right. They done. They on cruise. We on cruise control, autopilot, whatever you want to call it.
They knock,
Because
they are knocking each other at a rate that we could never hang a motherfucker in life. Like
we
we
couldn't
kill more motherfuckers than the KKK has ever killed, far as killing each other. We gotta
killing
take
each other.
responsibility and look in the motherfucking mirror, man. We always want to blame the police, but what happens when we kill each other? We don't want to
Right.
blame because it's us. Like, nah, nigga, that shit need to stop.
And
Period.
see
You
this
niggas hating on each other,
fact.
all types of
Let, let,
fuck boy
let, let-
shit.
right. Let's
Like
not
and
even work.
killing off your homeboy. You knew this nigga.
Right.
You went to school with this nigga and everything. A white boy could disrespect, probably smack the shit out your bitch at a
Right.
bowling. You ain't there. You ain't gonna hunt that white boy down. You gonna say, why you didn't call the police, bitch? Call the
Hey.
police. You ain't
I'm.
because you think you scared of the police because a white boy
Right.
come with the police, right?
Right.
But let a nigga slap your bitch at the bowling alley. Oh, nigga, I'm shooting his whole family. Nigga, his mama, his
Man.
daughter, sisters,
Everybody. The
auntie, nigga,
dog.
grandma, nigga, they all and him, nigga, when I kiss. So it's so much hatred towards us. You know what I mean? That come on, my nigga, it could never like we really gotta get our shit together. Like literally, like you said,
We
it's
got
love.
to.
If we ain't got no fucking love, it ain't gonna work. Love
It's not
yourself
gonna work.
first.
Right.
No
If
matter
we.
what, no matter what condition you in, my nigga. Struggle builds the hustle, my nigga. And from the hustle comes the
Facts.
motherfucking success
Comes
and
the bubble.
reward.
Comes the bubble. From
From there
the
comes the
struggle,
bubble.
the hustle builds the struggle builds the bubble, or
So
the
boom,
hustle builds the bubble. So
boom.
yes.
In rhyming terms, you gotta
Right.
struggle the bubble. Period. Straight
Right.
up. It builds the
Right.
hunger. You know what I mean? You gotta stay hungry like a motherfucking lion, man. That's why the lion is the king of the fucking jungle, man, because he
Right.
stay hungry. He stay eating. He don't sleep. He don't take no fucking days off. He hunting and eating shit every fucking day.
That's it.
Motherfucker get a meal and take some days off. Nigga, your stomach fat. So,
Right.
boy, we got to get back to that. And you got that in you. Everybody got that lion in them. You know what I
Right.
mean? To fucking go out there and feast every day, my nigga, and
Right.
still have love for your fellow brother
Yeah.
because you're worried about your bag. You're so focused and so, you know what I mean, tunnel vision on your bag. You don't give a fuck about what the next nigga doing, but I
Right.
got love for you. Or if we come
Right.
together, we're gonna make money together. But I'm so focused on what I got going, my family, my moves and shit. I can't worry about somebody else. That's the whole key. We're gonna get to love yourself when you stop worrying about everybody else.
Facts,
Period.
bro.
Worry about
Facts. Facts.
yourself. Then you love yourself. Now you feel comfortable with yourself. You can love somebody else. But you say you gotta love yourself first. Then you can love other people. If you don't love yourself, it's gonna keep being murders in Chirac. If you don't love
Check this
yourself, it's
out.
gonna keep being murders in
If
LA.
you
If you
don't
don't
love
love
yourself,
yourself, it's gonna be murders in Atlanta, New York, and everywhere else. If you don't
if
love yourself because you're taking that self-hate out on somebody else.
fat boom, bam, 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 there it is. Now you taking it out and blaming somebody else. See the analogy of the lion. I like that. I like that, bro. Even though lion do sleep, but all he do is eat, and then he lay down and sleep and get up hungry, ready to eat again and tear up something.
I
What I'm
was just
saying is,
saying, the nigga
no,
sleep,
you
but he don't take no days off, man.
no
He gonna
days
take
off,
a nap, but
and
he
and
gonna
he
get right
still
back to it.
and he still got pride. He's still gonna run the pride, right? And,
Right.
and 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 if he ain't out getting it, then his queen is out. His queens are gonna get it, and bring it down, and he gonna go kill it. If they drag it down, he gonna
Yeah.
kill it.
Yeah, the
So,
lion
but
kill the
right.
prey. So they,
So
yeah.
guess
And
what happened
all
in our
lions,
community?
whether it's
Guess
the
what?
lions
Guess
or the
what happened?
yeah.
Guess what? This is what happened to us, though. This is what happened in our community. We start being hand fed. Like when you got to get up and go out and hunt a gazelle or kill a zebra or tackle a buffalo, and that's the struggle, that's the hustle, and that's getting it. When you start, well, we're gonna uh, hand feed you welfare, and we're gonna give you a little lesser rent on your house, and we started saying, okay, what else can, and then all of a sudden we become domesticated to where now we have our hands out for everything. We want, what can we get free? We're not trying to get out and go get the water buffalo and tear it down and drag it down and beat a lion.
No, me and you was from that. We do, but
Right,
these
right.
youngsters,
I'm just
man,
saying, yeah,
that's
as a
why
people. Yeah,
That's why it's so much smashing and grabbing going on, so much rivalries and home invasions because these youngsters don't want to hustle. They don't
there it
want
is.
to put the seed and let it grow. They just want to have it right now. And nigga, I
Right,
want $1,000 right now. I'm about to go rob this. I'm about to go run up in this. They don't want to just hit the block. Whatever type of hustle you got, you could. And the internet is so dope. You could just sell shit online. You ain't even
easy.
got to hit the block. You can make some type of company and off-brand it or whatever. It ain't even you. Post the shit and just put and sell products and you get money. But
And
anyway,
get money.
they don't want to wait. They want it right now, today. They
Instant
they
gratification.
got a hustle bone in their body, my nigga. They want to take because it was give. Now we gotta be responsible for spoiling these kids. You know what I mean? The rich
Mm,
motherfuckers. I
mm.
take responsibility for my kids too. Some of my kids don't want to get out there. They want to just lean on dad. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? 'Cause they spoiled. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But that
Cause you're gonna,
created a that
you
created
gonna,
a generation of spoiled
right,
motherfuckers that just want
right,
you to give or they gonna take. They don't
right.
want to hustle. They don't want to work. You feel me?
Yeah, cause you
None of
bought
these
that
niggas
play,
want to work.
you bought that PlayStation, and that PlayStation cost $950. So I'm gonna keep on, So we spoiled them, but see, that's, to me, it still comes out of, it's still part of that vicious cycle of slavery. So you come out of one condition, and as a reaction to that, you overdo it now. Because I didn't have it, I'll make sure my kids got too much of it, almost. You know what I mean?
Right.
To where now they're spoiled in a sense and have no that killer instinct that the lion is supposed to have. They
Or
don't got that now.
the key word what you said earlier, responsibility.
Right.
They have
Or
no
they
responsibility because the parents take care of all the responsibilities.
right. Now let me say this because I kind of misphrased something. I said they don't have that killer instinct. They do have it. But if it's not focused in the right direction, then it comes out as the robbing and the carjacking and the killing and the taking, because they still kings, they still lions, they still want to roar. So you didn't give them no hustle. You ain't gave, but they still gonna be active out here. They
So
still gonna play.
that's our fault. Like we
That's
gotta
our
take
fault.
responsibility for these kids. Not like when we came up, our parents, you know what I mean, didn't have shit. So we had to go out and pump gas. We had to help old people with groceries at the grocery store. Nigga, we had
All of
to
that.
yeah, all types of shit. We had to steal
Even
whatever we had to
even you
do.
even just you got a whooping. Like these kids don't get whoopings.
They don't get whoopings, my niggas, so they could 911. So look, we used to have to sell dope, nigga, pimp a bitch, do all types of shit to just to maintain and help your mama, help your family, and you know what I mean? We had to get out there and work, hustle, sell ices, nigga, freeze, put the motherfucking Kool-Aid in a styrofoam cup, nigga, the little one, nigga, freeze the motherfuckers overnight, hit the block and sell Kool-Aid ices. Like, come on,
Right.
for $1 each or whatever, nigga. Everybody had a hustle, a lemonade stand, a Kool-Aid stand, whatever. When we was
Right.
little, we had to get
That's
out
right.
there and make some money if we wanted to buy some Jordans. Mama
That's
wasn't
right.
buying Jordans. The welfare check, nigga, that'd be half the welfare check for some Jordans. So
Right.
kids would get, so we had to get out there and do all types of wild shit. They didn't have to do it. So as you got older, you applied that hustle that you had when you was little to your business, to your new ventures that you do now. So this rap shit, that's why I say the rap game is the new dope game, because now the product is selling crack. I sell music.
That's right.
I'm the Pablo Escobar. I got
I'm
the
the
whole
nomad.
warehouse
That's right.
full of music that's considered kilos that I could sell. You know what I
I'm El
mean?
Chapo. I'm
I,
Chapo. El Chapo. Just call
I
me
got
Nelson El Chapo.
Right. I got to hook up with distribution. You know what I mean?
For
To get
sure.
this shit around the planet. You know what I mean? That's the record labels. You know what I mean? I got to promote. I got to put some samples in the street. That's the mixtape. You know what I mean? I got to do this, that, and the third. I got to have my motherfucking, my underboss. I got to have my soldiers. I got to have my riders. Okay, this is the manager. Then they get an assistant. You know what I mean? The bodyguard. You know what I mean? Boom, boom. Run it the same fucking way I ran in the streets. So they don't have that. You feel me? They don't have that knowledge because they never got out there and had to make money off of buying low and selling high. Also
Right.
forgot that. You gotta buy
Right.
low. So hey,
Buy
we
low,
pressing these
sell high.
CDs up. We pressing these CDs up for $1 a piece. We press up 10,000. We sell them motherfuckers for $7 each wholesale to these record labels and all this shit. What's that? Add that up.
That's right.
That's 70,000 off 10,000,
Right.
right?
Off of 10. That's right.
Off of 10. That's boom. So you gotta buy low and sell high. So
Right.
boom, that's in the dope game. You buy an ounce for the low, chop it down, make
Right.
more money. You know
Right.
what I mean? So
Guess
same
what
shit.
they call it? Guess what they call that on the stock market? Low risk, high reward.
See?
Buy low, sell high. It's all for real game. The
It's
business game. Buy low, sell high. They just say low risk, high reward. Spend $1 on a disc and sell it for $10. That's low risk and high reward. So, and guess what? We control it all. We write the music, we produce the music, we record the music, we perform the music. I mean,
that's why that's why I say I'm El Chapo with my music. I got the
that's
whole
right,
shit. You know what I mean? I'm Pablo in
right,
this motherfucker.
right,
You feel
right.
me? So
And I wish others would realize they Chapo too.
right. It's a lot of Chapos. It's a lot of kingpins and the cartels and shit.
Right,
But
right,
the kids didn't get this game because they never had to do shit. They are spoiled fucking rotten to
right,
where they will fight their mama and their daddy to you know what I mean, steal money out their mama purse instead of
right,
going to get a job. I ain't working at no McDonald's. I ain't doing this.
right,
I ain't
right,
like fuck it. You ain't gotta work. Nigga, go buy some bees downtown Oakland. I mean downtown LA. Go buy some
right,
fucking hats. You know what I mean? And resell them online. You buy them for
right.
$2 and sell them bitches for $10. How much money you just made? $8.
Hey,
It's
check
that
this out,
easy.
bro.
Go buy you some sunglasses downtown LA. Buy them for $2.
Yeah,
Sell them for
sell them for
$10. What
$10.
you just made. Like it's
Yes,
that fucking easy. I front you the money to go get you what you need to get. Make your money.
exactly. Listen,
Period. Like they don't think like
we
that. Yeah.
and part of the reason why is because we've been asleep. You know, biblically speaking, I guess, and I'm just kind of paraphrasing. Somebody asked Jesus, why did you come here? Why you here, brother? And he said, because I want to be a ear for the deaf. I want the deaf to hear, the blind to see, the lame to walk. You know, he that's who we are, right? We're dumb, deaf, and blind almost in a sense in regard to what's been taking place all around us. And now we're coming into the light, so to speak. We're not fully, our eyes are not fully open yet. We're not fully woke yet, but we're starting now to come into the light. And I think that's where we are right now. And when we talk about being industrious and creating and controlling our own narrative, then we go from being a minority to now we will be the majority, because major and minor have nothing to do with numbers as far as numerically. It has to do with major is over the minor. And so it's time for us to come out of being minorities or minors, because minor has to always be accompanied by an adult. So it's time for us to stand up and like you were saying,
Oh
take that.
man, I'm glad you said that. Somebody did you just say that on our last thing about being minorities? We minors? Is that
I was
wisdom?
just breaking that down a little bit
Yeah, I
about.
heard that. I think it was you. You had to
Yeah,
say,
yeah. That was probably me. Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
was you.
That's
I never heard nobody spilling like that. But yeah, we gotta
yeah.
stop being created as kids and stop
That's
having
right.
our hand out. You
That,
females out there, keep
that's
your
right.
man, the motherfucker that's gonna go out there, get out, hunt and bring the food back. You don't need the government, nigga. That's your government, your man. Period. That's
That's
what
right.
he's supposed to do. That's his job, nigga. Go make the money, pay the bills, nigga. Boom. That's what the government do. They give you a little bitty ass check though. That little whatever you get a month, that little EBT shit can't compare to what your man and you could do together. You know what I mean?
Facts.
To make money to build the household. So you cutting off your own money by kicking your man out, your baby daddy out, thinking that this little whatever amount that you get on EBT every month it's gonna work for your ass or EB. Like, come on, man. This nigga working on some, you know what I mean? Get some real money and you are like, man, way more than you could get on EBT. Stop fucking
Facts.
up your hustle. Stop fucking up your marriages. Stop fucking up your baby daddies and bring your family together because these kids need a father. That's another thing. Kids need a father. Besides getting spoiled, they getting raised by their mom and they doing whole shit. And they react on emotions they just react. They don't respond.
There you
Like
go.
I said, they react. They don't
Reactive.
respond. And they raised by their mama, so they fucking react like they mama. A female is on edge all the time. She gonna have the last. She gonna win the argument. She gonna keep going. She gonna continue the argument till tomorrow. This because she's reacting. You know what I
Right.
mean? She's not responding. So the
Not
kids don't even know how to
responding.
respond. They reacting on impulse.
Right.
I'm
Right.
a pull. I'm a
And that's
pull. You can't
no.
argue with these kids. They want to shoot you for argument, let alone fight, fist fight, nigga. Nobody getting punched out. They shooting you.
And
You know?
recording it at the
World
same time
star. Yeah.
and recording it. So this is what we up against, right? There's an energy out here that is pushing and promoting a counterproductive frequency in our community, and
Facts.
so we
Facts.
have to we have to counter that by
Counterattack.
just right.
Counterattack that. Yeah.
Okay, and so I want
With
to
the
what I
love. With the
with the
love.
love that now you with me.
With the
So what
love.
I'm
That's our
and so
nuclear bomb. Look,
with
look.
the
Let
love,
me
we're doing
let
it
me
for the love, and we got to know this exists. We
let,
really acting like it don't, but the government actually had something called COINTEL, and I know you're familiar with that. It's called counterintelligence. So we had smart people, we had intelligent people in our community. They found some counterintelligence to go against that. So we have to realize that it's real. Like my guy, like Fat Tone said, it is real. It is real
so look.
because go ahead.
Nah, it's so real about the love thing, and they don't want us to spread the love that Tank just had a Tank the singer, not Tank that be boxing, but Tank the
Not the
singer
boxer.
had an
Yeah, yeah.
interview with Drink Champ. Shout out Nori, that's the homie. Shout out
Right. Facts,
FN.
facts.
But he said, bro, if I put a song out saying I'm a great father, you know what I mean, and I'm with my wife and I got my child and I'm doing this and I love them, they're not gonna play that.
Right.
But if another artist of another race have that song, that's top 40, top 10 everywhere
Right.
across the
Right.
board. It's number one everywhere because it's from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
mainly the Caucasian culture. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
If he preached that love, family, husband, wife, unity, it's not gonna be pushed. So
Right.
love, that's the main thing they don't want us
Man,
to have,
they
my
don't.
nigga. They want you
Again,
to have all the little trinkets. You can
everything.
have your jewelry, your cars, your little homes. You can have all that
All
shit.
of that. All them little
All that
things.
little shit,
I
all that
wanted
little
to
shit.
comment on
You
that.
got
I
your little
wanted to
record
comment
deal,
on
your
that.
little
Yeah,
basketball contract. You have all
that's
that. But
nothing.
love,
Nothing.
love,
Can't have
y'all
that, bro.
is unifying and being together. Nah, we don't
Check
want
this
that.
out.
We don't
Check
want
this
that.
out.
We
So
don't want that.
we're not gonna have it. And guess what we're gonna keep doing for y'all? Y'all really don't know your value, first of all, what you really worth. So let's just say, like I used to work in corporate America at an office, right? I managed an office, a call center, and we would do stuff like the next, if you get the most calls or do whatever, we'll buy you lunch. Or, what is lunch? $20? You feel me? So you'll get I come by because I'm the supervisor. You did a good job on the car. I put like a Snicker bar on your desk, like a candy bar. What is a candy bar, right? That's what we have been accepting as a people. The those that are in a position of power have been just been giving us little trinkets. Oh, you want a Mercedes, or you like your little house, or that's nothing. I'm talking about we run the world. I'm talking about trillions of dollars, global economy, marketing all over the place, promote. We're accepting candy bars. We're accepting lunch money for our talents.
Fact.
A lot of us would, and back on the corporate America, I could bring somebody in and say, check this out. I can give you a raise of whatever, $2 ain't nothing anyway. I can give you a raise, or I can make you team lead. You're not going to get any extra money, but you'll be a team leader, and there'll be a little more responsibility. What are we selling out for? A title now. I
A
just want the
title.
title. I want the title of supervisor. I want the title of boss or whatever. And so now they can start giving us titles. Oh well, he's got a master's degree. Oh, he has an MBA. Or he has a this. He has that. And we take those little pieces of paper and those little things. Now I done paid $250,000 for this paper. I had a student loan debt for 40 years and couldn't pay it off. They put on $10,000 worth of interest every month. They called my mama because she co-signed and asked her for her money and tried to take her house. All for this little piece of paper that said I went to your school. So we have to understand what it is we selling out for. Candy bars, lunch money, pieces of paper, or can we run the company? See, me and my bro, we used to talk about it all the time. I said, bro, it's not go out there and get a job. That used to be our old narrative. You need to get an education so you can go and get a job. So you need to go get a job. Stop. No, the
That
narrative
same
has
look.
changed.
Now, if niggas was thinking
Look,
economics, that same 250, you could have had your own business, nigga.
check this out.
Popping,
It's not go
popping.
get a job. It's not go get a job. It's create a job. I'm not
Create
saying
your
don't
own
work.
bit.
Create the
Every
job.
nigga that's trying to
Now,
spend 100,000 to go to college, that same done, you could create your own fucking LLC business and your own corporation and do what you do. Why give it to the fucking school? The best college is learning on the fly, doing the work, nigga. I
in the
became the
field.
best businessman in rap by doing this shit on the fly, learning as I work. So boom, you create your business, you learn as you work. Boom, you could
Let me
buy a
let me
motherfucking sub. Look, you could buy a Subway for $50,000, right?
let,
You gotta go
let me
there a
share this.
couple. You gotta go there a couple months, learn how to work the system and shit. Work as a worker. Boom, now you got your Subway for. You only pay 50. You done paid 250.
Right.
You can start
For
your own shit.
check
Why
this out.
give them that much money, my nigga?
We got, bro. You got the. It's so much that we have to come into. We got to wake up, right? And that's it. You hit the nail on the head. We spend so much, bro. I'll be having so many thoughts. I'll be trying to hold it, and the thought shoot out because that's how high we vibrating right now. We got to, I can't express enough. how everything we want is right here. We just got to start processing it and looking at it through our lens. The reason why we have what we have is because we've been looking at ourselves through someone else's lens, someone else's perspective. Why are you black, bro? No, this is just kind of a practical question. Everybody that's looking, or why are you colored, or why are you a colored person? If me and you and all of us are in the room together, then there's not a colored person in the room only until someone else walks into the room. Then you are colored in contrast to someone else. So if you're seeing yourself as colored, if you see yourself as black, that's because you're looking at yourself through someone else's eyeballs, right? You're not looking at, because if it's just me and you, we just us. We just
or
people. We just
or
normal
being
people.
being brainwashed.
Or you've been brainwashed. And so we have to take it all the way back to knowledge of self-identifying. The scripture says, if my people which are called by my name would humble themselves and pray, seek my face and turn from their wicked way, I'll heal the land. Something to that, I'm paraphrasing. But the part I want to focus on, if my people which are called by my name, right? This is God talking in this particular passage. God don't never refer to himself as anything negative. He don't call himself a spook, a porch monkey, black. He don't. God is always El Shaddai. God is always Jehovah Jireh. God is always Allah. God is always these names that resonate and vibrate at a high frequency, a high vibration. And we calling ourselves God's people, but we are always referring to ourselves as the B word and the this word and the that word and the, and not referring to ourselves as a God. And I wanted to say this, my bro, he told me one time, he said, man, you know why you don't want to be a nigga? And I thought he was going to try to say something about more science or something about nationality. And he said, and he said, no, nothing to do with that. It's because it's easy to kill a nigga. Every day we rap about killing niggas, shoot a nigga, I beat a nigga, I wish a nigga would, nigga, whatever. It doesn't, and
Wow,
so, but
that's
you don't,
crazy.
you don't ever put on your track, I'm gonna go kill God today. I'm gonna kill a king. I want to kill a fucking king. I kill a king. I murder. You never hear nobody saying they're gonna murder Allah. They're gonna murder God. They're gonna kill Jesus. But it's easy to kill a nigga. Easy. That's the easiest thing to do. You can just get on the track and just say I kill niggas over and over and over, and
And
you
that's
might go
playing a
and,
club,
and,
the radio, all that
and
shit.
kill a nigga, fight a nigga, beat a nigga, whoop a nigga, yeah, yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah,
what was
and it'll
what was
go.
what was
But you'll never
look,
get
look.
up there and say that about nobody else. You can't say that about the LGBT community. You can't say I kill gay people. You can't get up and say I kill lesbians. You can't get up and say I kill Jewish people. You can't get up and say I want to murder the police every day and kill them all the time without a bunch of backlash, and then brothers gonna get killed in the hood because cops is on the defense. But you can freely and openly, just like Dave Chappelle broke it down. I mean, there's so many people that have got to it. I like Dave said he got called in the office by Netflix. They was telling him you can't say this, gay or certain word on the thing, and he said, but I can say nigga, and they said, well, Dave, the reason why you can't say things about gay because you're not gay. And he said, and I'm not no nigga either. So why is it that we can use certain language? Because I did a podcast with my guy, shout out to Reciprocity, and I talked about the power of language, right? The power of language. If I can control your language, I can control your thoughts. If I can control your language, I can control what you think. See, in Hebrew, they have a word called hallelujah, right? That's not an English word, but it means the highest praise. There's no other highest form of praise than hallelujah. There's no word in English. Well, guess what? In certain other dialects, there's no word for hate. There's not a word for I can't. There's not a word for you suck or I hate you, or there's no word for that. So thus that does not exist. And because we talk this language that someone else gave us that's full of hatred and full of vile and visceral things, and we cast these spells when we talk and we write, and we don't realize what we're doing. So we got to take it back even to the language. If you ask me, like, bro, let me, you got you got blank amount of money. Some of us would say, nah, man, I'm broke right now. No, you're not never broke. You don't speak that you're broken into the universe. You say, man, I'm temporarily out of finance. Or I don't got it right now. It's on the way or whatever. We have to understand that the language has power. How we talk has power.
They
Go
say
ahead, bro.
in the Bible, the tongue is a two-edged sword.
Oh, yes.
Watch it. You know what I mean? It could be just as dangerous and peaceful. You know what I mean? So, and
Yeah,
you can speak things into existence. So back to what you were saying
always.
about saying
Always.
broke. Like, check this out, man. Me rapping, I done rapped about shit I ain't never had. And me
Right.
rapping about it and it coming out on music,
And then
I
you
I,
got it.
I
Then
accumulated.
you got it.
Like about time the album, I didn't have it when I rapped about it in the studio, but about time the album came out, I fucking had it because I spoke it
Facts.
into existence, my nigga. Period.
Facts.
And it became a
Facts.
goal. If I'm saying I got it, I gotta have this shit.
I gotta get it. I gotta have it.
I got it. This is what I want. Fuck what the
Right.
fans think. This is what I want because I wouldn't have rapped about it if I didn't want it. So this
That's
is
right.
a goal. I gotta accomplish this. So I'm gonna put it out there. So if I don't do it, the fans will be like, nigga, where you whoop, whoop, whoop. Nah, nigga, I got it. You feel me?
Right.
So you gotta speak it
Absolutely.
into existence, man. It's some
And,
shit. It's a
and
DVD
everything and
called
everything that you see, everything that you see out here, everything that you touch, that table, the record label, the record behind you, the clothes you're wearing, everything that you come in contact began as just a
a
thought
thought.
in
This
somebody's
all this
mind.
shit was a thought, my nigga.
Was just a thought in
I was like
somebody's mind.
in
So
fucking
everything,
camp, nigga. Not one of these on the motherfucking wall, nigga. Praying. I prayed. Let me say that again. I prayed to the Most High, and He
that's
blessed me,
facts.
nigga. I was not the hippity boop rapper, but when I prayed, He blessed me, and I became that. And I got out of jail. That.
So
Period.
we gotta understand the power of thought is life changing. Because
Yes.
what we doing right now, this is life changing stuff. This conversation is life transforming because somebody's going to hear the conversation and realize the direction that they've been moving in is counterproductive or maybe not as beneficial to their life as it should be. And just what you said now, if we understand the power of our thinking, the power of our thoughts, and we realize that the universe is going to give us whatever we hold in our mind, then we start holding better thoughts. I had started
Let me
talking about. Go ahead,
not
bro.
not back on thoughts. Why you going that? My nigga Keep the Sneak. I love this nigga. That's my nigga, man. Keep the Sneak got a saying. He always say this. I can't afford the luxury of a negative thought, my nigga.
Facts.
I live by that. I don't
Right.
think negative at all. I can't afford the luxury because if you think negative, it becomes reality.
It's facts,
I
bro.
remember, look, I'm going to give you a clue. I remember like, yo, man, if I go to this club, I probably see this nigga that I'm beefing with. And sure enough, he was fucking there because I thought about it and put it out there. And now it materialized. Like, okay, this nigga just came walking through the club. That it's a million clubs out here. But he just so happened to be at the club I'm at. You know what I mean? So you could predict it and think, you could think it too.
Facts. If
You
you
could
get
you
in
could
this
say
car,
it and think it, you know?
if you get in this car with me right now, I might say, put your seatbelt on, bro. And you be like, yeah, you're right. I don't want to get pulled over by the cops. I'm like, stop. We're not thinking about getting pulled over. I just want you to be safe.
Safe, right.
We're
Right.
not we're not getting ready to call up no negative energy, right? And
Nah.
not even the fact that we might wreck. It's just I want you to be as safe as possible. I want you to feel comfortable. I want to feel comfortable. I want that dinging binging to stop. Whatever it is, but it's not. We're not finna hold any negative thoughts. Like Keek the Sneak said, we don't have the luxury to hold a negative thought because once you realize your thoughts create your reality, then you really start to become responsible
Mhm.
because now you get to say, okay, If my thoughts create my reality and I don't like my recurrent condition, I don't like what's going on, I don't like my reality, all I have to do is change my thinking. All I have to do is change my thoughts, right? So if I'm in the room with you and I don't like the room, I don't have to tear up the room, knock nothing off the wall, nothing. I just change the way I'm thinking and everything shifts. We have a vibration that goes with us, right? I always used to say I don't never have to uh, stop being friends with anybody or do anything like that, because those who ain't vibrating with me, they'll just automatically go away. They just drift away. You not on what I'm on. You on that, I'm on this. Everybody, once we start vibrating and becoming in tune with who we really are, based on our relationship with the Creator, then we realize that we really have all power. That's what the prophets was talking about. We have all power within heaven and earth because we have the ability to think. This is a thinking man's game. If you're not found thinking, somebody else will be thinking for you. And chances are, if someone is thinking for you, they're not going to have your best interest at heart. They're going to have their best interest at heart. So we have to start thinking. We've always been thinking people, though. Take a look at it. When we stop thinking, we go through what we understand to be slavery. When we're thinking, we making maps of the solar system, the solar stars. We building pyramids and sphinx. We mapping out other galaxies. We building spaceships and rockets. That's the type of people we are.
Look,
But
look. Let me
go ahead.
tap in with what you said. It was a cartoon that we grew up on. He-Man and the Masters
So
of the Universe.
right.
Your thought is a component to be a master of the universe. Your thoughts
Yes.
is requested, or your voice is thrown out to the universe.
Yes.
The
Yes.
vibrations of your voice, the words, is thrown out to the universe, and the universe answers. So you are a
That's right.
master of the universe.
Facts.
Just like
Facts.
He-Man. He-Man, you say, by the power of Grayskull. But he yelled it.
Right. But guess
He didn't
that's what I
get
was going to
power
chime in
without
on.
yelling it and saying
But
it.
he said, I have the power. That was the whole thing that shifted
Then
when he
he
said,
yelled
I
it.
got the power.
He screamed it and received it.
Right.
If he was silent, he would never be He-Man. He'd just be the regular nigga. He got to turn. I got the power of
Look at
Grayskull, and then turn into He-Man.
but
Right?
look at the symbolism of that. Look at the symbolism of He-Man when he's Adam. And look at the symbolism of Cringer before Cringer becomes Battle Cat. Adam is skinny, probably weigh, 100 pounds, soaking wet, you know, can't lift hardly bench press 135 pounds, Look at Cringer. Cringer is a scared little pussy cat,
Right.
scared of his own shadow. But when he realizes and he comes into his power, He-Man is looking like, and Battle Cat is looking like, and so it's when you come into your power, how are you going to blow up? What you going to look like? You probably going to be better than He-Man because you don't have no reservations or whatever. You can just stay strong all the time. You ain't got to be Adam. You can just be yourself, which is godlike. And that's really who we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be godlike, godly people. We're godly people. That is your nature. Hatred is a learned behavior. And so as love outside of its nature, you can't destroy energy. You can't create it. All you can do is transfer and contain energy. And so this energy is here. And if we the real scientists and masterminds who we're supposed to be, then we learn how to manipulate the energy. You are energy. I am energy. I think it was Tesla that said, or Einstein might have been, everything in the universe is energy. So when you want to think about shifting and changing things, think on the plane of energy, right? High vibration, low vibration, frequencies, and then you realize what this mind is. This mind is a generator that processes energy, and then it gives it to you in the form of emotions. And you come out, you might be mad, you might be happy, you might cry, you might not. And so if we say, okay, now I'm getting ready to control the thoughts that come in and out of here. I'm going to be responsible for holding the thought that I want. I want a Ferrari. I'm going to hold that thought. I know it might not be this month, but I'm going to get that thing. And I'm going to get it. That's a fact. And then we start really getting into now quantum physics and jumping around, because now we're not bound by the limitations of the physical world. So now when I do get my car, I think back to the day that I didn't have the car, and it can make me emotional because I can say, look how far I come. I'm looking at the time when I didn't have nothing, and now here I am with something. This is that black magic that they were scared about. This is the power of mind creation that nobody shared with me. This is who I am that nobody wanted to enlighten me and wake me up on. But when I look at Apollo in Greece, it says, know thyself and know the secrets of the universe. So then I say, okay, I look inside, and then I can understand everything that's outside, because everything that's outside only processes through here. So if we talk about aliens or the Nephilim or
Oh, look,
Nibiru or
even planets,
anything, it
even
still has
planets,
to, it
even the
still has to,
planets.
even the planet, it
You got the
still has,
chakras that represent the planets. Like
it, it
everything
still has,
represent is in you.
it has to come through here. You are made of stardust. The same thing that makes the stars and the planet, all those,
So that was
um,
the saying that made Adam stardust.
you have all of the, everything that's in the universe is inside of you. You got
Right.
it. And you have been given the responsibility, here we go again, responsibility to control it. So we have not been taking responsibility over the last several hundred years for whatever our conditions. We've allowed, master say he gonna give me a better, I'm gonna get a raise next week. There's a master say I'm on the corporate plantation. So we've always been, for so long, allowing others to dictate the course for us. It's just that time now. It's the time technologically, it's the time consciously, it's the time spiritually. We don't got a lot of the things that may physically have been in the way before, but we've got a lot of mental blockages that's going on. But we even coming through that. And it's almost crazy because I know the other side is like, man, I done beat these guys, I done whipped these guys, I done put my foot on their neck. They still here, they still coming. And that's just because that's our nature, man. That's us. And they didn't realize when they threw you in jail, they gave you a chance to connect with your God. They didn't realize when they beat you down but didn't kill you, that made you stronger. They didn't realize that when they, held you underwater, you learned how to swim or whatever. We've been through it, man. Everybody on the planet knows our struggle. We've been through it. It's our time. What goes up must come down. What was down is gonna come up. And now we're in the position. It's almost like Cypress Hill. I can give it to you, but what you gonna do with it? We here now. We
Nah,
we
that's a
have.
jail felony.
Oh, that's felony. Yeah, yeah. Jail. My fault, man. My fault. I was thinking. What was I thinking about, dude? That would be real. Like I'm
Like
thinking, he said.
I know I just performed with J.O. this weekend, so he was
No,
doing
no.
that's
Cause
how
I was thinking about that pistol.
Hey man, god damn man. But that he man, like everything they give you, man, I will if I was a teacher in school, man, I would have everybody playing motherfucking Monopoly. That's life, man. They gotta teach us how to invest, make money off our investment, handle bank accounts and money. You know what I mean? Paying bills, all that shit. All that shit
Right,
is in Monopoly.
right,
Give all the kids a game of fucking Monopoly from kindergarten on up to the
right,
fucking sixth grade. They
right,
learn finances. They learn how to buy for the low,
right,
sell for the
right,
high. That's the
right,
game right. The
right.
game is not to go work for some fucking corporation for
That's
fucking
what
$20 an hour and you
that
gotta
part,
pay this fucking $250,000 scholarship back. That's
that
not the
part,
game.
that part.
Game, create your own business, create your own ventures. You know what I mean? Period. Yeah, and do your motherfucking stuff, man. So and
The game,
talk
the game.
and speak it into reality and thinking into reality. No negative thoughts. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
Boy, you've been on the side of the road for hella long, bro. I'm gonna let you. You what?
No,
You
that's
ready?
facts. No,
Yeah,
no, we could keep going, but I
yeah,
already
yeah,
know,
yeah,
bro. You're right.
yeah,
I
yeah.
got to get out
We
of the way.
keep this shit going. We deep, man. I'm gonna let you get to your
No,
event.
we gonna tap back in. We're gonna
Yeah,
put it. We're gonna get back in, and
yeah.
when we get back on the line, I think I want to talk about the Antichrist, bro. And
Woo!
what I mean by the Antichrist is, we gotta stop. We gotta understand that what's good for them may be bad for us sometimes. We've been put in this same bucket, like we all looking for this certain thing. But say you on you got a blue team and a red team. Well, if the Antichrist come back on the red team, that's great if you're on the red team, but the blue team might be upset about that. So we've almost been financing our own oppression. We've been hoping that listen, man,
No,
the
let's save it
slave
for the lecture. Let's
we
save it
gonna
for the
get into
lecture. Yeah,
we
yeah,
gonna get into it. The slave
yeah.
and the slave master cannot pray to the same God. That's just
Nah,
facts.
I
Because they
can't.
asking for two different things. The slave master wants to get a good slave. The slave wants to be free. So we gotta understand we're gonna get into this antichrist and Christ and see what that brings out. But I think it's just another conversation that's gonna wake you up. But until then, bro, I love you.
Now, love
Keep
you
doing
too, bro. But
keep
be
doing
safe
what you're
on the
doing,
road.
man. Yeah. I'll tap in with you when I get where I'm going. But just you know what I'm saying, keep pushing, man. I want to see this thing get 100,000 views, man. Y'all share this, bruh. Ain't nobody else giving you these kind of conversations. Everybody talking about so and so got slapped, somebody got knocked out, who got their pockets ran, and you know who got the shortest skirt, who had the deepest cleavage, who was naked, who wasn't, who got a baby by who. Man, let's talk about how we can shift the culture. Let's talk about how we can uplift fallen humanity. Let's talk about how we can control the narrative so the next generation can have an opportunity for greatness. But
Absolutely.
that starts with love, baby.
On that note, we out this thing, man. High learning, man. Nelson L. YUKMOUTH, man. Have a safe trip, bro. Good looking, man.
Peace.
Out this thing, man. We need love, baby. We need love in this motherfucker, man. Everybody, more love. You know what I mean? Less hate, man. You know what I mean? Speak everything into reality. Think it into reality. No negative thoughts. Can't afford the luxury of a negative thought, man. And we out this thing, man. Another episode of High Learning, man. Sponsored by Royal Blunts. I'm sponsored by Royal Blunts, man. So we gonna always shout them out, man. Black owned, black excellence, Royal Blunt. Yada that boy. Go get it at royalblunts.com. Go get the merch. Somebody was asking about the ice cream man snapbacks and hats or whatever. Go get it at smokealotrecords.com. All the merch. For Smoke a Lot Radio, everything is on there. Loonies, Yuck Mouth Regime, everything, man. Ice cream man, all that thing is on there. Period. We out this thing, man. We had a great day, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the chat, you know what I mean? Giving up that game and knowledge. And we out this thing, man. Higher learning, man. Yuck Mouth, Nelson L. Bye bye now. Yada da.